Hello and welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Oh, wait, we're on the wrong screen. All right, there we go. Now we're on the right
Good
screen.
job. Good job streaming Discord.
Hey, I always stream Discord. Can we stop with the guitar?
Sorry.
Um,
Also, it's the bass god.
so it's a bass. All right.
I'm pretty sure Eric is just gonna like drive over to Ryan's house and just take the guitar and just throw it out the window.
All right.
If he
So
did that, I'd make him pay $700 to replace that bass.
Nah, but it'd be really funny though.
it would be really fun.
So I told this
It
girl
would
to
be.
Wonderwall.
It would be until it hits the ground. Then it becomes sad.
Until it hit. No, the only reason Eric
anyway.
would break it is because it's in a drop tuning.
Yo, what's up, Ian? So we're gonna start off, introduce ourselves for anyone who's new to the podcast, and then we're gonna talk about our week, and then we're gonna get onto the topic that is titled below, which is areas of study or what we are currently studying. So, Dom, say hello.
Yes. Hello. I'm Dom.
Tony, say
I
hi.
have.
Hello, how are you?
Ryan, say hello.
Hi, I feel like I'm about to sneeze.
Then sneeze.
And
Bye, Ben.
sneeze.
It
Have
went
you
away.
finished sneezing? All right.
We
away.
scared
So-
the sneeze away.
So, yeah, the stage fright got to him.
No.
So I'm gonna ask you about you guys this week. Oh, I'm Eric. I'm your host. Dom,
Hi, Eric.
how is your week, Dom?
Skip me. Come to me last. I gotta figure out stuff.
All right, Ryan, how was your week?
My week was exhausting.
Yes.
I learned
How was it
that I'm
exhausting?
working 4 7-hour shifts now.
That sounds enjoyable.
That's
Yeah.
I feel that, man.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings.
And the
What?
place that you work forces you to work weekends.
Yeah, because like even some of the bosses agree that rule is bullcrap. Because the rule used to be if you're over 18, you don't have to work weekends with high schoolers.
Yeah.
But now the rule is you have to work a certain amount of weekdays to not work weekends with high schoolers.
And the problem here isn't the weekends, it's
The high schoolers.
the high schoolers. Okay. Hey. Can we not? Can we not?
What'd I do?
He didn't
Not
do
you.
anything.
All right.
It's whatever, just keep going.
All right. Give
Talking about high
me-
schoolers and how
Yeah,
annoying they
yeah,
are
yeah,
to work
just
with.
just give me 1 second. All right, welcome back, guys. All right.
Hi.
Well, where were we?
Hello. Sorry about that.
We were talking about how annoying high schoolers are.
Fair, but we have one in our chat right now.
Yeah, but he's fine.
Yeah,
I
Relatively.
don't care.
he's an alright
He's
high
just
school.
he's not annoying. He's just cringy.
I'm a super senior.
Bro. Oh, I forgot to. Okay. We can keep talking. I need to design something real quick.
Okay. So you are forced to work weekends with high schoolers because you don't work enough a week because you're currently in college studying. What are you studying?
I am studying communications, specifically uh sound design and editing, audio engineering, stuff like that, which falls under the category of communications,
Okay.
basically. What I want to do is, well, there are a couple of things I want to do because one thing that I originally wanted to do was broadcasting, which I'm kind of doing right now on Twitch. Um, I won't. I'm not gonna plug my channel. Maybe I will later. Um, but that's kind of something I've always wanted to do. In a
Yeah.
sense, when it comes to communications, I've always wanted to be like a source of entertainment, kind of like you are.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to maybe make people laugh or just smile in some way,
Okay.
or just enjoy themselves.
All right. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and doing my music streams has actually been a lot of fun for me, and I hope it's a lot of fun for my viewers.
Well,
I,
it's a lot of fun for your viewers as well, given the fact that I'm one of them.
That is true.
I
A
mean,
couple
it's a
of you
lot of
are
fun.
my viewers,
It's
but
a lot of
never
it's a lot of
show
fun
up.
because it's a lot of fun because Eric
Mods.
can take screenshots.
Yeah, cursed screenshots are the best part of watching Ryan.
Also, Eric. I mean, Ryan. You know I'm busy. Otherwise, I would be.
Yeah,
I think he's
maybe.
coughing because I barely show up.
I think he's also
Wait, I got a question. This
I'm
is
directing
non
it to both of
sequitur.
you idiots.
This is non sequitur. How do I delete a message off of slobs?
Go to chat settings,
Chat settings.
and then you should be able to activate the mod settings, and then you should be able to delete the channel.
Delete the
Manage.
channel. Excuse
Not,
me.
not the channel, not the channel.
I
not the
think
channel.
he's trying
The,
to sabotage my operation here. Manage moderator settings.
uh, uh,
Oh wait, switch
yeah,
to mod settings and then manage
yeah.
moderator settings.
And there
What's
should be a
happening?
thing where you can I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to explain things. Help.
Welcome to my world.
Wait, okay, this has really messed me up. Now I can't even read chat. What has just happened? Where have you sent me?
We have sent you to Brazil.
You have sent me to Brazil. What is this?
I've teleported you to Brazil.
Oh my. Okay, anyway, Dom, how was your week?
Ah. Uh.
Cody, can't you
Uh.
really?
All right, back to what I do best, telling you about the worst / best part of every day. Monday. Uh. This girl called me cute, and I got scared. Tuesday. I started welding again because I have a passion for it. I've also started training with Fanic robots. They're scary awesome. If you have
You're
an
making
extra,
Terminator? So you're very quiet.
if you have an extra 10 grand to just throw into the wind, get one. They're amazing. If you need someone to set them
Yeah.
up, pay me like $10 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally have 10 grand just to throw into the wind.
What are you saying? Streamers always have a bunch of money.
That's not true. That is so far from the truth.
I've also been studying for the CSWA or the CWSA. I have no idea which one it is. It's a thing for a CAD program where I have a certification. I just have a badge, but it just says professional SolidWorks guy thing, whatever. I do
Okay.
things in SolidWorks, and I do it pretty decently. It says that verbatim on the card. Then what I leave, then I started doing things, and this girl assertively made her my girlfriend. So now I'm scared.
Assertively?
Yes, she pinned me to a wall, and I got scared.
Actually?
Yes.
Wait,
Bruh.
bro, what?
Ian's in waiting room.
Oh, Ian's
Like
here.
you know me. I was
All right,
vibing at
welcome,
lunch.
Ian.
Oh.
We'll get to you in a bit.
Wow. Okay. Normally he doesn't do that for people.
No, we had a discussion beforehand.
Yeah, I explained my current situation.
Anyway, so I was chilling at lunch, right? This girl comes up to me. I stand up to, she's standing above. She's like a solid inch taller than me.
Uh huh.
So already she's intimidating.
Yes,
So
because an
so-
inch makes a difference.
Yes.
Eric, you
Yeah.
know I have to hold myself back.
Whatever do you mean, Tony?
From
Server muted.
exactly.
Okay.
I mean, okay, you know, never mind. Ryan just spazzed for a second.
Yeah, I think.
No, I mean,
I,
no, I mean,
he
like,
I think he
I
yelled
thought-
server
I
mute. He yelled server mute and then muted himself.
No, I didn't. No, I'm
Anyway,
playing guitar,
Dom,
that's why I
continue. Continue with
Anyway,
your...
you know me being the screw you kind of guy. She's standing right behind me. I stand up. You know, I'm facing the wall. I
Teleports
stand
behind you.
up to confront her, and she just pins me to the wall. And I got scared.
Uh-huh. Yeah, scared.
I got scared because I'm like, oh God, what's gonna happen? Does she own me now?
That's not how that works.
I mean, I think this is how it's going to work, though.
That's not how that works.
I know, but I think the way it's going.
That's not no. Dom, don't worry, she doesn't own you now.
Oh, now I'm kind of disappointed.
Okay.
Alright, moving on. Tony, how's your
I
week?
was into some stuff.
My week was good, but also very stressful. I had to do a lot of stuff for a project which I thankfully finished like about 2 hours ago. Well, at least I finished the design portion of the project, and then tomorrow I'm going to be burning CDs for the thing, and then get it printing out the other stuff. And yeah, I'm currently making a stupid graphic that's just about exploration, telling people, "Can I rest, please? I'm tired." It's like, I think if I had to take a shot, or in this case, family friendly water for every time I opened up my design program, I think I would be dead right now. Like, I'm actually getting sick of doing designing this entire week. I need a small break.
I mean, I kind of feel that. I mean, I wasn't doing a lot the entire week. I just had a few very intense days because I had a midterm that I had to take care of. There's a 3-hour test on coding.
3-hour test on coding? Oof.
We had to code live. Not like in a Zoom call, but like during the test, we were given a problem and we had to code it.
You
I mean, that sounds
coded
pretty-
sentience?
I coded sentience. Yes, I coded life into existence.
Can you code me a will to live?
No, that's an impossible feat.
Darn.
Anyway, this is Ian.
Hello, tis I.
Ian, how was your week?
It's been alright. It's not been, it's had, like every other week, it's had its ups and downs. It's been a lot of preparing because we have spring break coming up next week, so
Yeah.
we get to finally get a bit of a
Lucky.
breather from Zoom calls.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of kind of figuring out how I'm gonna organize, because like next week I'm basically doing my form of spring cleaning. So basically I'm gonna reorganize my room, reorganize everything, kind of re-get all like my things on my computer organized for classwork and everything. Just kind of like a mid-semester refresher. But beyond that, it's I'm preparing for my birthday, which I'm hopefully going to get another monitor for my computer so then I can run a 2 monitor for schoolwork and stuff because I need space to put documents up on because splitting a 17-inch laptop screen in 4 quarters is not really conducive of quick work. So
That is such a mood.
Let me tell you, once you go 2 monitor, you're not going to be able to go back.
You're not.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, I
definitely.
mean that's
You
kind of
can't
the
go back.
plan. I mean that's kind of the plan was to not go back from 2 monitor. But yeah, I think I need one at this point. So that's what I'm getting. My birthday's on the 25th of March, so it's coming up.
Happy birthday!
And,
Speaking of
thank you.
birthdays, we have another one coming up. Dan, who's not here, he is sick tonight. Sadly, his birthday is tomorrow.
It is.
Oh,
So wait,
who's
that's
singing? Who's
that's
singing
in
happy birthday for him?
an hour and 45?
I mean, we could
No
sing
one,
it.
because DMCA.
I mean, no,
That's
no, no, no. No, we have to do the copyright-free version, which is the one they sing
Wait.
at restaurants. It's your birthday or something like that.
Wait, is happy birthday seriously copyrighted?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Bruh.
god, that's dumb.
There's a lot of things that I could
It's the
say involving
the
curse words, but all
beautiful
I'm going to
part
say
of-
is capitalist neckle butt.
Sorry, what was
That's
that?
why I
Ian?
like again. No, I was just saying it's the beautiful thing. If you make a fancy catchphrase, it doesn't matter how mainstream it is. If it's copyrighted, it's copyrighted.
Actually, there is a case where if it becomes mainstream enough, it becomes not copyrighted.
Well,
So the way, so the one of the things that can happen. This is why this is why Google like started trying to get people to stop saying I googled it instead I looked it up. Is because if it becomes so embedded in our language, like if googled becomes like a verb, that is now a one word. That is now no longer a unique
it's
word.
not. Yeah, it's not connected to
a brand.
Google anymore.
Yeah.
It's connected to the act of looking something up.
Yes.
That's fascinating. But
So I can just
happy birthday is just like it's always going to be the same thing. I mean, like
Yeah. I mean,
if
we
you're-
could
if
sing it
someone's
so awfully that
No.
it doesn't get
No.
picked up.
No.
voice
Copyright.
cracks.
So just have me sing it or Brandon sing it.
I could
All of
sing
us
it.
sing at the same time.
I could sing
Wait,
it.
could he play it on guitar? Would that count?
Oh! Hey! Let's go, Ryan. Let's see that audio interface come up.
Can you do what's it called? Yeah, can you play
That'll
it
be
on...
next week, dude.
Oh, dang. What about now? Can you play it now?
Like, do you know how to play Happy Birthday?
I do.
Alright, that's not also, that
I
sounded
look-
very much
I-
like, I'm like, oh, this guy probably sucks. He doesn't even know how to play Happy Birthday. But continue.
I don't know how well you guys can hear this.
Oh.
Do you want me to play it right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, do it.
Nope.
I think we're
Hold on.
I think we're good on copyright.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
we're totally fine.
I think
don't
we're
think anything's gonna
totally
happen.
fine on copyright right
Is
now.
it cutting out for you guys too?
Yes.
It's
Oh
my
my.
mic. It's my mic. My
It
mic
is.
sucks.
Well,
No,
this-
no, no, it's
do
not
you-
that
do you
it
have
sucks.
crisp on?
Do you have crisp on?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, turn
Yep.
crisp off.
Okay.
It's a lot better.
I gotta say, that was freaking hilarious.
That was
I mean, it
hilarious.
sounded really good,
I
but the
wasn't
problem
even. I
was
wasn't even
cutting.
playing it right. I wasn't even playing it right.
Well, it's fine. It
Ah.
sounded good. Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. It sounded good to me.
It did.
So,
No, as a
I
guitarist,
got-
my standards have to be high.
I got really depressed. I was like, oh, I could play it on my piano, and then I looked over at my piano and realized that during the past week or so, it's slowly become just a secondary desk filled with papers. Like,
Nice.
That's the way my piano is right now.
The
I
piano.
have a keyboard, but I never use it.
why not? You should use it. You could
Well,
sing
'cause one
songs to
is,
Paulina.
I know. One, I don't have room for it in my room. If I did, I mean, cause like I've wanted to, cause like I took piano lessons as like a little kid,
Yeah.
and it was one of those things where like you're like, this is stupid. I'm in like elementary school. Why would I want to learn piano? I'd rather
Yeah.
just sit and play video games anyway. And then now, like as time has moved on, I'm like, something would be kind of cool to just know how to play piano. 'Cause it's one of those things where I feel like once you learn it, you never really forget it.
I had that feeling so much when I was forced to play an instrument. At first it was piano. I love piano. Then it was trumpet. I hated
Dude, I
trumpet.
picked the vocal cord. That's why I did choir.
I mean,
I just
knowing how
picked
to
the vocal
sing is
cord.
really.
Dude, here's the thing, right? To me, what was always fascinating was how the human body could create such different sounds depending on whoever it was that was actually singing, and like
Yeah.
their vocal range and their ability to do things, and like the idea of having like a what's the word? Like a perfect pitch, because like
Yeah.
that's like a rare thing, and like there's something weird about your brain that has to happen in order for you to actually be like, you have to be born with it. And so
So
that was always fascinating.
so what's interesting is it for you who don't know. At one, I should probably explain this. Paulina is
Is my
is
snake.
his snake, his pet snake.
Yeah.
And two, me, Brandon, Ryan, and Jason, who you've probably seen in the past at some point, are all in a band. And it's really
Yeah,
funny
we are.
when we talk about who's gonna sing it, because none of us have had vocal lessons. But whenever the subject comes up, right?
Brandon's just like, I'll do it.
Brandon says I'll do it, but if we hear the song and it's very clearly a deep voice, everyone immediately looks at me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, it's because you have that like stereotypical
Hold
deep
on.
voice kind of voice.
Yeah.
Can I mention something?
Yeah, what's
So,
up, man?
in the summer of 2020, spring and summer of 2020, we were supposed to
We
do
were
like
lined
a
up for
little.
gigs. Yes.
We were gonna try and find gigs.
No.
for
In
that time.
spring 2020, we were lined up for 3 gigs.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were.
Yeah.
We were.
Which were gonna be
so
disasters.
it'll suck. Yeah. And thankfully
Why?
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
They were gonna be disasters because no one practiced except
yeah,
the drummer who practiced on occasion. And when I sent you
Mhm.
guys sheet music, you were like, "What is this?"
no, that was just me.
I don't
You
need
guys should
sheet
make-
music.
You guys should write an intermission song for this podcast.
That's what I
and that way you
said.
could play something
Yeah.
and but
You would
during
be
that like
related
pause.
music.
Anyway, back to the story.
Continue.
So Brandon, we have a band account on Instagram. Brandon just went on there one day
I
saying like,
remember this.
"Hey guys, this is Brandon." and this is Brandon, the bassist and lead vocalist of
I remember
Feedback.
this.
And I literally texted
Oh, I
Brandon
remember
saying,
seeing
I
that.
literally texted the group chat saying,
When did we
Brandon,
decide this?
we never effing agreed as to who the lead vocalist is. Who decided this?
No.
but
My
you?"
favorite post by Brandon, because Brandon made some pretty out there posts on our Instagram,
Oh yeah.
was the one where it's him sitting like out in the park at NGIT or NJIT,
Yeah.
and he's like,
I remember
"Hey
that.
guys, we're going on tour soon."
Yeah, that's the one
Oh
I'm
my
talking about.
god.
Going on to
And I'm like,
on tour.
And I'm like, on tour where? Down the street and up the corner? Like, where are we touring,
Feedback
Brandon?
tour.
When, where, how,
Where?
why?
Yo, you
Where's the
guys need
tickets? I want to buy
roadies.
5.
Yo,
What's-
you guys need roadies. We need to hit you guys.
We
up.
have
need-
we have a roadie. We have
His
one
name is
roadie.
Casey.
His name's Casey. He's the best roadie ever.
That's hilarious.
He may not know how to tune a guitar or a bass. Or
Dude,
drum
then
kit,
I
but he's
want
a
to
good
start.
roadie.
Dude,
Can
you
I be
guys
that one guy who
have
just sits in the corner and cries?
you guys have to make music for this podcast.
That's what I was
Seriously.
been saying.
You guys need like an intro and an outro
Yeah.
song for this podcast. It's made by you guys.
Yeah.
Also,
That'd
I
be
think
so
I got
cool.
No. Everything that
No, I'm not
comes
talking
in,
about-
I'm going to approve or deny.
it. No,
This
I'm
is
talking
how it
about the
is.
happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've got to finish that. Sorry, we totally went off on a tangent.
Ready? Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
how
we're
well
ready,
you guys-
go.
yes.
This is gonna be
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, this might
I'm
suck.
on the edge of my seat, man. I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'm waiting for this.
Oh.
This is for you, Dan, and for you, Ian.
Yeah.
Dan, who's sick right now, and
It's better be good.
You guys can't hear that, can you?
No, we
No,
can't at all.
We
We heard
can't.
nothing.
What were
What the hell?
Dan, I'm sorry.
Ladies and
I can
gentlemen,
pretend like I can't. hear you.
Ladies and gentlemen, feedback's version of happy birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
woo!
I want an encore.
Oh,
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 we hear it.
yeah! Let's go.
That was lit.
That was
happy birthday,
amazing.
Dan. And
Dude,
so
that
much
was
Happy
so
birthday,
good.
Dan, and all of our spring babies. There are quite a few spring babies.
Yeah.
Well done.
Important
There,
spring month.
there's me. There's Brandon. There is Ian and Dan. Tony, you're a summer baby, aren't you?
I'm June 18th.
Yeah, summer baby.
I'm also
Wait, I
on
just
summer.
realized that's like a little bit after the first podcast we did.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why didn't you say anything?
Yeah.
Kind crazy.
And then Dom, when's your birthday? All right, Dom was never born. So
He's
What?
immortal.
He was
When's your birthday?
yeah, when's your birthday?
What? What's happening?
What is the day of your birth?
I'm scared.
When
What
was
is
your
day of birth?
birthday? Oh my god.
Okay. Oh,
Dom.
What is going on?
It is a simple
Dude, is
question.
there a bear behind you or something?
He's
All right,
getting
so
a-
he's in the middle of a car chase, in case you couldn't.
all right, so I had the podcast open on Twitch because I was about to clip Ryan playing the guitar because that was really cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I want to immortalize that.
yeah.
And
I mean, I've done
this-
videos of it.
the stream was playing at the same time you guys were talking, and I was just freaking out. I had no idea what was going on. My brain was hurting.
So, you know what I do when I go back to clip things? I deafen.
Mute the stream. Yeah.
No, I deafen myself and mute
Oh.
the stream. Yeah.
So, when's your birthday? Dom?
August 5th.
Wow, you have a
Summer
fall
baby.
baby.
Oh wow, that's 2
I've
days before my
never-
death.
Fall?
Yeah, it's a fall baby.
My
Alright,
my
man.
birthday
Wait,
is
wait,
right
wait,
after
okay.
Barack Obama's.
August.
Wait, do you guys count August as fall or August as
No.
summer?
Summer.
August
Fall.
is summer.
When I think of August, I think of fall leaves. I don't know why.
I think of
August?
summer. I think of summer as a dividing
Because
line
when you hear
between.
August, you hear autumn.
Yeah, you're right.
Ignore
You're
that.
right.
Get that
Yeah.
out of your head. Get
Yeah.
that out because
It's,
it's
like the time you're
it's
transitioning
false.
between it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fall is
So it
like
can be
end
bright
of
and sunny,
September.
but
October.
September,
falls.
October. Yeah,
I think it's September 20th. I think is the day that you go between.
Yeah.
yeah. October,
mom's
November.
birthday is September
It's been a really weird year with the weather. Like usually we're in Pennsylvania, right? What'll happen
Who Dom
Yeah,
didn't
that's where we are.
realize
is
had Philadelphia in it.
yeah. Dom earlier today. we were talking about how we were in around Philadelphia, right? And Dom
Yeah.
goes, "Wait, you're not in
So you're in
Pennsylvania? You're in Philadelphia?"
Oh God.
He thought Philadelphia was a state. He
Oh, no.
actually thought Philadelphia was a state.
Like the main city in the entirety of Pennsylvania, besides maybe like Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Or Pittsburgh.
All right,
Pittsburgh.
so I was thinking of the
Yeah.
Philippines.
What?
So
Which
you
is
can
not
how do
better.
you confuse Philadelphia with Philippines. No,
Philippines?
never mind.
That's
Wait.
worse.
Wait, Ryan.
That's worse.
Since when were the
Philadelphia and
Philippines even mentioned in this?
No,
He's
no.
mentioned
Dom
it.
just said he was thinking of the Philippines, not Philadelphia. He confused Philadelphia and
wait.
Philippines.
Wait, let's give him the benefit. Dom, how many times have you been to Philadelphia?
None.
He's never been
None.
to Philadelphia.
Okay.
The
Never
only
mind.
place I've ever
Then
been
you're
that's
fair.
not where I'm at is Louisiana, and I wanted to leave.
You
Louisiana?
got it. That's fair. I actually give him the benefit of the doubt. Then, if you've
It
never
was
been
hot,
to
and I
Philadelphia,
wanted to leave, but the
then-
culture was awesome.
Moving on.
Alright.
Anyway.
Yeah, continuing.
Yeah. But
Where
yeah,
was
My birthday's July 2nd.
it was.
Oh,
it
we
was
never
a,
asked you.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
It was a weird winter season because usually when I was growing up, we would get like snow
Starting to sound
Like,
old, Eric. Sorry.
in like mid-November.
Yeah, that sounds about
And then
right.
and then like it would continue until February and stop at February.
A number of years ago, we had that Halloween snowstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just thinking
Dude,
about
yeah,
that.
I was actually not in my new house for that, right? I was
So- I
actually
was
back where you
here.
guys lived.
That
And
was
that was
was
ridiculous.
10.
Weird.
Was that like 10, 15, like 10 years ago or something?
No, that wasn't 10.
No, that was not 10 years ago.
I was in
That
elementary
was
school.
2013, right?
That was 9.
2013.
That sounds about right.
Because-
I
yeah,
thought
no,
I think I was in
2013,
middle
'cause
school.
We were in middle school.
Yeah,
middle school. That's when it was.
Yeah.
Wait,
Whatever 5th grade was.
I was in middle school for
that-
that.
I must have been.
Wait,
in
you said
elementary
5th?
school.
Wait. Are we thinking about? No. I'm thinking of the really bad snowstorm where it was like 3 feet, 4 feet.
Oh, that was.
You remember
was
that?
before- that was before middle school. Dude,
No,
we
I
got
don't think.
That was
I don't
crazy.
Like-
think that happened around where.
back where I used to live, where all these other guys lived. It was 2 feet of snow for us.
I'm
on a
Yeah,
three-
I think it might
Okay.
have been like 2.
It was bad. It
So
was crazy.
okay, so what I'm thinking of is something that I don't think you guys know of. Maybe there was this really bad storm that hit Philly specifically, right? And in Philly, we got like 3 to 4 feet of snow.
See, I'm like
Which-
a half an hour outside of Philadelphia. I'm not that far from Philly.
But you would have remembered 3 to 4 feet of snow.
Yeah, it might have just been a localized. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we probably got like the 2 feet of your 3 feet.
Yeah, probably.
Imagine living in Philadelphia.
or maybe it was just 3 feet. It might have just been 3 feet. I don't think it ever got to 4.
Yeah, because then, dude, I
Yeah.
mean, 4 feet would be like record setting in
Yeah.
around Philly. But here's the thing. The thing is the weather has been being really weird lately, mainly on the warm end of things.
Yeah.
Like for instance, last year we had days in like March that were like, I mean, we have fruit trees in my backyard, so we have like apples, pears, and peaches and blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah whatever else in my backyard.
Mhm.
And our apple trees were blossoming in March.
Yeah.
It was so warm that literally the flowers were coming out in March, and then we had a frost which took down, ruined a ton of things. I mean, we really our yield was really affected, last year because of that frost. But I mean, it was so warm for so long last year.
So this
Um,
kind of leads into what you study, Ian, which is like environmental
Yeah.
sciences, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about this for a little bit?
Oh,
Hold up.
Lotus, great transition. Yeah.
Let's talk about environmental science for a little bit. I don't know if you noticed this, but COVID hit and things with the environment were getting better,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So here's yeah.
like
Continue, sorry.
around here we actually got snow. Like we got snow again, which is it may have been coincidental, but I don't think it was.
I think it is. We were in a period. Our snow cycle goes, from what I can remember, I believe it's every like 20 years or so. We have this like cycle where it goes. We get a ton of snow at one point, and then and then it progressively kind of diminishes and then comes back up again.
Okay.
So we were just at a low point in the past recently. So I think now we're back on that uptick again. We're gonna get more. I mean, this year was kind of insane because it was kind of just snowstorm, like snowfall after snowfall. So we
Yeah.
could tell a lot of consistent. But the main thing that happened with the pandemic in relation to the environment, from what I can tell, is that because we were stuck at home and because of all of these other things, people started to people weren't going out as much and weren't kind of doing their daily regular activities. So, you know, a lot of things were benefited in that regard of people
Yeah.
not driving too much and people not restaurants not being open and having things and needing supply and all that kind of stuff. So there was good things in that. But the problem I have is this. People are like, oh, this is great. And I know my brother especially has talked about this, saying that, oh, this is great. This is kind of proof that we can live in a world like this. So it's now
Mhm.
maybe everything's gonna kind of go more towards that direction to help protect the environment. I said, yeah, but that's not realistic. Everybody is dealing with it, but everyone hates it.
Yeah.
It's no one's gonna want to continue to do it this way. So it's yeah, it's a blessing. I mean, I think in Africa there wasn't a single rhino poached in the entirety of 2020.
That's amazing.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's never that hasn't been that way in years. So the thing is yeah, it's fantastic that happened, but that's not a continuing trend.
No, no.
Things are gonna get worse again. I wish it didn't, but we have to be realistic. So
Yeah.
in my eyes, it's yeah, this has been proof that we can kind of shift our way of thinking and our way of living a little bit. We can kind of at least we can sacrifice some of our blessings and things that we have in order to better everybody else and better everything that lives on the planet. But that to me has been the big correlation between COVID and the environment.
So what have you found most interesting so far while you are studying environmental science?
So the thing that I find the most interesting, and this isn't something I directly learned from taking classes, but this is just something I've kind of learned from my own like personal study of environmental science, which has been like benefited from taking courses and stuff in college and high school. But what's fascinating is to know just how interconnected everything really is, and also understanding the inner work, like what animals think, and like their adaptations to their environment and things like that to me are just super fascinating because again like you can travel all across the world and you'll see things that you'll see alien like creatures that you never would have imagined exist,
Yeah.
animals that have two sets of jaws, things like that, a jaw inside of a set of jaws.
Oh, that's the moray eel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like these there are just like other things like again like shrimps that create sonic booms and like
Wait,
people.
Mantis shrimps.
Yeah, mantis shrimps and pistol shrimps.
Yeah.
Pistol shrimps have
okay,
a
I
claw
gotta
that
look that
snaps
up.
shut.
So
Yeah,
mantis
they
shrimps
actually used to mess with sonar.
mantis shrimps are my favorite shrimps because they literally break the physics of the game called Earth. Basically what they do is they have like a spring-loaded muscular system on their claws, and they punch so fast and hard that it actually creates light underneath the water. Because
That is
The
insane.
the
what
spring it
Amazing.
actually
I want to be one.
causes a cavitation bubble to
Yeah.
form on the point of impact that then implodes, creating light.
Yeah.
But the other thing though is that the actual shape that's in their claw is actually the exact same shape as a Pringle potato chip. And that shape stores energy, and then they wait, and then when the moment's right, they release it. And when they eat things like crabs and stuff, so they have to be able to punch the shell and break it.
Yeah.
But they are big. They are
Yeah.
not small shrimps.
Yeah.
Pistol shrimps are a little bit smaller, and they were the ones that would mess with sonar on old submarines. They used to get these signals and not never know what they were, and they found out after a while that they were swimming over pistol shrimp, and that's why they're called pistol shrimp. Is because they when they slam their claw shut, they launch water in front of it from the actual force of the thing closing, and that creates
That's
a
crazy.
sonic that we can't actually hear. I believe it's either above or below our hearing range, but it's so fast and loud that it's I think it's the loudest thing, like the loudest thing a living thing creates on Earth.
Wow. That's
Ridiculous.
crazy. That's
I
actually
was
crazy.
gonna say, wait, Eric, you said it was the shape of a Pingle,
No,
Pingle, Pringle
I
chip?
said it's the
Yeah,
shape of a
Ian said
Pringle
that.
chip.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
actual mechanism on their
So
arm is the shape
so
of a
you're
Pringle
so
chip.
you're saying I could take two Pringles and somehow simulate
You don't even need
simulate
two.
that?
You could do it with one.
you can do it with one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really because the Pringle chip will break.
Yeah.
But like, if you had one made out of something like rubber or something, you could mimic it, but it wouldn't be as quick because there's like muscles working and everything
Yeah.
at the same time.
A
But
Or
this
machine
thing
on the
helps
steel.
store the
All
energy.
right.
you could do it
Calling
with
in new
carbon
segments for
fiber.
late night Hearth.
So
Hearth experiments.
so I don't know if you know this. This is an interesting fact that I found this week, and this kind of has to do with it, and this is why I bring up carbon fiber, right? So
I also never heard you mention carbon fiber. I
oh, I
apologize.
I said you could do it with carbon fiber, the
Carbon
Pringle shape.
fiber. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry, I
Um.
apologize.
So there is the current record holder for a marathon run, right? Is a controversy, and the reason why is because he used these special shoes that Nike made, and it has a carbon fiber plate in it that basically makes it so that runners get more bounce back, right? They get more positive energy bounce back or whatever it's called, um, so that it basically becomes more energy efficient running, which makes sense. But for the marathon, it could be seen as tool use, where it's
Since
like not just your body.
oh,
And I
can
figured,
I
yeah,
just as a quick question, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that and I haven't heard about this, but just kind of from making inferences in my head, um, would it be limiting the impact force of when the person is running, thus
Yes.
making them able to run further?
Well, it's I don't know how to describe it. It's basically like, so when you put your foot down, you have to lift it back up. It's
Yeah.
removing some of that energy needed to lift it back up. It's like popping
Okay.
you back up, basically.
Because I know originally, like I know with some shoes, they're designed to then limit the
Yeah.
impact force. So then it's that initial like oomph that you make when you first put your foot
Yeah.
down is not as hard. So then your feet don't get strained and you don't get as much like tension in your
Yeah.
foot. So then you can have a longer duration of a run, allowing you to basically go. Again, it's like you said, more efficient. So in this case,
Yeah.
it could almost double that. So it
Yeah.
can make it so that your impact is less and your release is more,
Yeah.
which would be insane.
Yeah.
So I can understand why they think that's a bit like using a tool to help you complete a run.
But what I was thinking is, since because I didn't know about like how flexible. I feel bad for not knowing this. I don't know why, but I didn't know that carbon fiber could be like flexible like that. You know? So I figured since I found that out, maybe if someone out there with lots of money could do this experiment to try and mimic it with carbon fiber to see if it works.
Yeah, don't you have
can
to
do that.
don't you have to coat something in carbon fiber?
Yes.
I didn't know that you could
Yeah.
just make something.
Wait.
Yes, you would.
Wait. Wait, hold on. I'm looking this up because this here.
I got a bunch of carbon fiber at my my trade class I can use.
Plates.
Dude, yes.
Oh my god, you could replicate this.
Wait,
yeah.
do you have
do
to
this is
coat?
fine.
Okay, you know what? Let's just ask Carmar. Carmar, do you have to coat stuff in carbon fiber, or can you just have a panel of just normal carbon fiber?
It depends on how strong you want it to be.
Okay. So if I had a panel of just carbon fiber, how strong would that be?
It would be as strong as what?
Gotta do tensile strength and crap.
Also, how hard is it?
Probably run a DVD case if it's about quarter-inch thick, quarter to a half-inch thing. Probably run
So
a DVD case.
A DVD case.
Yeah.
So then basically, we're looking at carbon fiber as like an amplifier of whatever material is.
Yeah, I think it
around
more reinforces something. So here's what I want to know.
Speaking, if we coat a knife in it, it would have the rigidity of cold steel, but be a lot sharper.
Huh.
So
You know, if you do it right.
But like which one is easier to like shape? Would it be like easier to just coat something? Like, well, not really. Like, how easy is it for like a flat piece
It's a lot
of?
easier to coat something. It's a lot
Well,
easier. From
is it
what I've
how
done.
is it difficult to bend flat carbon fiber into like or mold it into a shape? Like, can you like heat it up or?
No, it's not. The carbon fiber only becomes rigid once you heat treat it.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's
Got
you
it.
know like a rug.
Mm-hmm.
It's a super thin like underside of the rug, like the plastic bit under the rug.
Got
it's
it.
that.
Okay.
It feels like
Got
that
it.
before you heat treat it, and you know when you're
And then
doing
when
it,
you
you
heat
put
it,
it
it's
around the thing, and you just stick it in like a furnace or something. I don't know.
So
makes
Because it's
sense.
thing.
yeah.
Look at that! I just learned something new today.
So
Thank you.
Yep.
So Dom,
Yes.
this is one of the things you do in your current studying situation. You're
yes,
going to trade
sometimes.
school, right?
I'm essentially going to trade school. Yes.
Okay. What are you going to trade school for?
I'm going to trade school for mechatronics, robotics, and engineering.
Okay.
It's
Damn.
a lot of stuff. It can get you like $50 an hour starting pay. So.
Wait, were you the person who sent me that form?
Yes.
Even though you were gonna be okay. All right. For context, guys, I put out a form for the podcast so that these guys could give me ideas of topics to cover on the podcast. And even though Dom knew he would be talking about this tonight, he still gave me a form about what he is currently talking about tonight.
Yes, because I am dumb and didn't realize what the form was for until after I submitted it.
Anyway, so
Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question,
Yeah.
Tom?
Yes, go ahead. I don't care.
What made you decide to go into, like, your particular field? Like, I'm curious.
Because I want to go into the military. I
Oh.
would love to go in the military for combat, but I'm not combat ready. So I'm gonna do
Okay.
the next best thing I can do. I'm gonna fix your stuff so you can go into combat all ready to fight for the U.S. of A.
America! Bleep. Yeah.
America, frick yeah.
That one's more reasonable.
Just replace it. Just replace it. Fudge yeah, frick yeah.
Boo yeah.
If I had voice mode open, I'd be able to bleep it out.
Oh my god.
I
Well, that's
mean,
interesting. I was just curious. I'm probably going to be asking that to all of you, by the way,
So-
because I'm fascinated to know that personally. But continue.
So Dom, what
Yes.
do you do at an average day in the lab?
Oh. First hour, like lately, we've been spending learning, training with the Fanic bot. Oh, 10,000 grand,
What?
10 grand robots.
What is a Fanic bot? Explain it to me.
You know those robots in like car factories that put together the cars and weld them together without having to get human
Yes.
interventions.
Yes, the
It's
yellow
those.
arms. That's crazy. That
They're-
sounds fun.
Those are Fanic robots. We in the room we have a giant like 15-ton robot that I can't play with, and I'm mad.
Why can't
I
you play with
want
it?
it because it's big boy. It's huge. Like it stands at like 8 foot tall and like 5 foot wide,
That's crazy.
Man,
and it weighs
It's
like
like-
15 tons.
it's like
And
how
if
it's
it moves
made.
at
in real
100%
life.
speed, it could throw me through a wall, like a
Oh.
cinder block wall.
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh. Dude. That's crazy.
It's awesome. We can't use it, but it's just cool to look at. Most of the time we spend it with these smaller robots in like these cases,
Mhm.
and we gotta set access limits and stuff. It's easier than you think it is. Like there's a lot of words, but once you do it, it's a lot easier than you think.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions?
Well,
Oh, I didn't finish the day in the lab.
yeah. Day in the lab.
All right, then. About after the hour, the chapter we did is done. So we go into our training Fanic America stuff and just start reading for like the rest of the day until about 10 o'clock a.m. Then half the class goes get on their buses and goes back to school. Then the rest of us we get to do fun stuff.
Mhm.
Like half the class will stay on the computers designing and modeling. The other half will go into the lab, the actual area, mess with the Fanic bots, mess with the 3D printers we got,
Mhm.
go into the manual Miller lathe. I love those two. Those are my favorite parts. Just watching the metal go away is very satisfactory. Personally, the last week I've been spending a lot of time in the welding area.
Have you
we all know
welded
about
your
that.
hand to your pants again?
No, I have gotten better. I just burned my hand.
Oh.
I almost went blind.
Yeah, you told me about this. You looked in the one area that you're not supposed to during welding.
No, this is a
Called
different
morbid-
story.
Morbid curiosity.
Go ahead.
All right, so I went and got my welding helmet, right? Put it on. What I didn't do is test it first, because
No.
I've seen people go back there without the batteries and the auto darkening helmets.
Yeah.
I never just wanted to start testing the helmet that I'm using. So I'll get like a piece of like sheet metal out, do a little tackle on it, see if the auto dark works. I didn't do that. I just started welding right away,
Oh,
and I didn't notice it till like a second after I started. I was like, I threw the torch on the ground and just rubbed my eyes.
Oh god.
The lesson is, kids, if you're welding, use a helmet. Make sure the helmet works too.
Yeah. Don't.
I
The only welding I can tell you not to use it is blowtorch. What is it? Jewelry welding, which is
I haven't done
different. Yeah. It basically. Wait. I'm gonna tell you the process of jewelry welding, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, that's kind of lame." So basically, you stick the pieces together, right? That's the first part. You use flux on your piece where you don't want the weld to be, or where you don't want the solder to be, and then you line the solder around the area where you want it to be, and then circle your torch around the thing because you don't want to put it right on the solder. So you just slowly circle it, slowly like go up and down it until the solder just. It's a really cool process because you'll see the solid solder, and then all of a sudden, after one more pass, it'll be a puddle. Like it's like barely any different. It doesn't
I
slowly
have a
melt. It's just
question.
boom. Yeah.
Why don't you just heat up the pieces that you want to be connected and then just put the solder on them when after they've been heated up a bit? Like, why wouldn't you just take like your roll of solder, right? Like, you've got like the stick
Yeah.
of solder,
Yeah.
and you're the two pieces, right? You just take them in like an pair of alligator clips or like or whatever. You know, well, not alligator, but like the oh, what's like the regular like a regular like not tweezers, like the clamps that people
Tongs,
use all. No, well that could work too, but like
Clamps,
whatever
vice
like
grips,
vices.
no, they're like the.
vices.
Why can't the name come to me? They are.
Describe them. I can name them.
Okay. So they're like you do have a handle, right? You have like a two-handle thing, kind of like a scissor, but they're not scissors. And then usually on like in like right at the groove, they have like a wire
Pliers.
cutter, but then they have pliers. Yeah, pliers. Why can't I come up
Yeah.
with pliers?
Pliers.
Okay, thank you.
Why?
As you could tell, I'm a little bit lost at the head right now. But you just hold them in pliers or something, and then heat up the pieces that you want to put together, and then put the stick of solder to that when it's already heated up,
Because
and then it would just go on exactly where you want it
no.
to be, and you
Okay.
don't have to wait.
So the reason why is the same reason why we avoid torching the solder is because we don't want the solder to boil. And there's a there it's easier to watch the solder turn into a puddle than it is to predict how hot metal is.
Yeah, 'cause like
Oh
I
yeah,
know
definitely.
when I do like soldering for like my radio stuff, 'cause I
Mhm.
also do ham radio as a hobby on the side. Um, when I have to solder stuff for that, you heat up the pieces that you want to solder with like the soldering iron or
Mhm.
whatever, and then you put the solder on after the bits have
What
heated up a
are
bit.
what are your pieces made out of?
Some kind of metal. I don't fully know, to be honest with
And
you.
there are electronics around?
Not around it. It's usually just pieces of wire. But the thing is, I think the difference also is I'm not using a torch like you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, we're using
I
like
would
blow
use a
torches.
soldering iron.
Yeah. We use blow torches because we also have well one we oh by the way this is from a class that I took a few so it's not what I'm studying but it's something that I have studied
Mhm.
so you have to anneal your metal as well so we use the blowtorch for that as well which is the same circling whatever and then you get it red hot and then you're
Oh,
done
so it's like
okay.
you need to do that regardless. So
Yeah,
you're okay.
yeah,
Okay, that makes sense then. Cause like again, like I obviously don't have to do that with radio stuff, but it was like, cause in my eyes it was like, like if you have to do it regardless, then there's no reason to then take a soldering iron afterwards.
yeah.
So it makes sense. Cool. Learn something new.
So
What?
Dom, how does the jewelry style of soldering or welding compared to actual welding on steel and stuff?
Mine's a lot more dangerous.
Yes, it is.
Not
Have
to
you ever done
mention,
underwater welding?
oh no, I'm in a trade school class. They're not gonna have me go underwater weld.
What do you mean?
That's one.
That's like
That's
welding 2.0. They get you in the pool, sit you down at a desk underwater, and have you weld.
Yeah.
that is true. I will ask the dedicated welding class teacher if they do anything of related to that.
Okay.
Just for you.
All right.
But I gotta say it's a lot more dangerous, obviously, because not to mention the superheated metal,
Yeah.
but also the electricity. Because
Yeah.
welding is the superheating of filler wire going in between two pieces of metal, like Eric said.
Yeah.
Except it's done electrically
Yeah.
and not with like an acetylene torch.
And you're using and the thing you're avoiding looking at is an arc light, basically,
Yeah.
which will blind you.
Stuff's bright, bro. It
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts to look at.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've seen it.
What are those rods made out of again?
It depends on what rods you mean, because there's like 15 different ones. The ones used most commonly are, I believe, a copper-coated like steel wire in the MIG welder, while we used the same thing in the TIG welder, except on the TIG welder we have like a sharpened piece of tungsten on the TIG welding torch that superheats and melts the filler wire.
Okay, because I have, again, one of the antennas I have built uses, I think it's that copper coated
Copper-coated
welding,
steel.
copper coating, welding rods as the actual pieces for the antenna. So I was just curious.
I don't know what my solder joints are like for jewelry.
Solder, it's soft metal.
I think it's
Thinking.
its own kind of thing because it's
It's
got
zinc.
like a. There you
Zinc,
go.
that's it. Yep.
I know it's definitely a soft metal.
Yeah, zinc is pretty soft.
That stuff smells.
It smells
When you
like
solder
pennies.
with it smells really but it smells
Okay, mine
really
doesn't smell, then it's not zinc. It might be.
Some other
Probably
form of
not.
arbitrary metal.
I
All I
forgot
know
nickel
is
existed.
the smell of solder is like as soon as you smelled it once, you'll never mistake it for another smell again. Like once you know what that smell is, you're like, you'll immediately be like, up, that's solder.
Welding has the same thing, except it smells like ozone.
Yeah, you might not want to be smelling that one too much.
Oh no, it doesn't do anything. It just smells really weird.
I mean, I'm
You know,
sure.
after an entire day welding, you smell like you smell like ozone.
Well, we could throw you up into the sky if we needed to.
And yeah, I
Just
could fix that. I
helium.
could fix that hole.
Yeah, patch that
Well,
sucker right up.
There's just a
I'll
hole
just
in
I'll,
our
I'll
side
just
of it.
weld the ozone layer shut again. You
Yeah, I
know.
was gonna say, someone like blasts the laser through it, no problem. Just get freaking Karma up there, just fix it up.
Now I'm just up there for like 3 days. Come
Hey,
back down.
Karma,
I
what
come
about
back
like,
down. Yeah, I can't do that. I
Hey,
need another $50,000 and
what if you
free
need like
Mountain Dew.
what if you need like a lunch break or something? They can like fly it up to you and send it by
No,
rocket.
No, we'll send
no,
it by drone.
no. They just cannon. They just use a cannon.
Silver.
Silver. I
Silver.
forgot silver existed, but isn't silver precious metal?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's soldering. It's solder wire. It's
Must not be that precious.
lead-free silver soldering wire. 1 pound of it is $37.
Oh, well, that's silver, right? That's a lot of money.
There's also
From an
Economic standpoint, it hurts.
There's also leaded rosin core solder. I don't think we use.
Nuts, actually.
Yeah.
Is it a bad thing that I forgot how we got to me?
We got to you because we talked about. I forget as well.
Honestly, same here.
But
Yeah,
it was a
I-
transition. It was a smooth transition. I remember that.
To be honest, I completely forgot what we were talking about.
So we were
just
talking
before we
about
switched to
soldering.
me.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
you
you
were
were-
talking.
yeah,
Oh,
just
we were
before
talking
switched to
about
me.
the weather, where we switched to.
Ah.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, you guys were talking about Pennsylvania weather,
Yeah.
dude. It is completely different down here, right?
Yeah.
Literally one day it's like 32, and then this entire week it's just been 70.
Well,
It
it's
happened to me today.
it's
And then the
70
next
up
day it's
here
been
now.
snow.
No, it's 70 up here today.
It's probably something with the East Coast, but I've heard so much about Richmond weather that it's like actually bipolar. It's really really dumb.
Here,
No,
it's gonna drop real cold tonight.
No. The Earth is bipolar.
Oh, I know, but
Oh my
Virginia.
god. That's such a bad
That's
joke.
what I've heard.
That's
I
the
agree.
worst joke ever.
I
I'm gonna
zoned out.
use
What was
that.
this joke? You know what?
It-
The Earth is bipolar. Also,
I
Ryan, you
said
got
the
me-
Earth is bipolar. It has 2 poles. If you don't get it.
Cody, I hate you.
It went over my head. Also, Ryan, you need to put
Like-
Chris back on.
It went over your head like Brandon's airplane.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Or just anything.
It probably went over my head like Karma when he's welding the damn ozone together.
Hey, I tell you what, the ozone's a pretty hard thing to weld.
Flying is such an underrated method of transportation, in my opinion. Like,
What?
Flying.
people who fly often, like, I feel like they've just kind of get so used to it that it's like every time I go on a plane, it's like a goddamn event.
Yeah.
Like,
Same here.
because
My-
like the other thing is and I'm stop, Eric. It's your job to stop me because I will go off on
No,
a
no, no,
tangent.
no, no, go. Yeah, I'll
But
stop you when.
yeah, please. I have a like my brother really has a big fascination for flying, but it's kind of rubbed off on me a bit. So like I'll spend time on like flight
Well,
sims
isn't
and
your
like I do.
isn't your brother training to be a pilot?
He was going to, but because of this whole like pandemic thing, and plus also just some like rethinking over things, he's kind of decided against it. Um, I think he might end up going down the like I think he possibly might go down the computer science route, but he's still kind of figuring things out. But we both do. We spend a lot of time doing flight simulators. Like we use X-Plane 11 as ours, um, and it's so much fun. And flying is so fascinating. My
Yeah.
uncle has a plane. I have never gone in it. I want to, but I just haven't been able to. Because the one time I was going to, I had a really bad experience on a small plane the last time I did it. It was just so bumpy that I just was not like ready for it at all. And so like, I kind of like panicked on there and was like freaked out the entire time. And then this time before I went, I had like an anxiety attack and was unable to go. But I will go eventually. I'll muster up this strength. But it's just flying is so cool. The views are amazing. You use radios, and I already know how to use a radio because I have a radio license. And just the whole thing's amazing. I think it's just really yeah.
Yeah, I mean, flying. I feel you. It's a very underrated thing. I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people nowadays. I mean, it's kind of commonplace for to see a plane just like flying over you.
Dude,
But could you imagine if you never knew what a plane was? Like you're just like,
dude, imagine, right?
Metal bird in sky, scary.
Dude,
Yeah.
at one point, right, Concorde could fly
Bird,
from
scary.
New York to London in like 3 hours.
yeah,
It takes like 7 hours to go, but it's still 7 hours to travel to the other side of the Atlantic. Is insane.
yeah. I mean,
Insane.
it would take days for a ship to do that,
Dude,
right?
it would take like a month.
No.
For-
Well, for a wooden ship,
Depending-
for a
yeah,
powered
yeah.
ship, like a steel ship,
like a modern boat with like giant
would take a few
things. It'd
days.
probably take you a couple
The
of
USS
days.
Arizona.
But
The USS Arizona was not in the Atlantic. In fact, its grave is in the Pacific Ocean right now, Karmar.
well, that answers a
Boys.
couple of
Expect me to
questions
remember
that
what
I have.
oceans exist.
There's like 5 different oceans.
What about the Caesar Ocean
Indian,
in friggin'
Arctic.
Rome?
Okay, so there's the Arctic, there is the Pacific,
There's the Mediterranean.
Atlantic.
Oh, wait, are we counting seas and oceans? Are they
Seven.
combined?
What about the
seas and
Aegean and
oceans,
Ionian
yeah.
Sea?
Mediterranean, Indian Sea, the Arctic Sea, the
the
Atlantic
Red Sea,
Ocean,
the Black Sea.
the okay.
There's
the
a lot of
the
seas.
Red Sea is landborne, isn't it?
Mediterranean
Dude.
Sea, the Aegean
Isn't
and
it?
Ionian
Isn't the
Sea.
Red Sea just like a salt lake?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
it's super dense salt.
Yeah.
Hey man, if you count, hey man, a sea is a sea. If it says sea, it's a sea.
I'm talking about
Right. Did you
not
just walk on the
land,
Red,
not
Sea?
landboard seas.
Well, then what? Are you
Hold on.
not counting the Mediterranean?
No. But the Mediterranean is connected to the Atlantic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe right. It might be.
Hold on. I'm just gonna all
Most sea
might
is
be
competitive,
right.
has less salt than the Red Sea.
all oceans in the world. Okay.
No, it does
Yes.
not.
All right,
There's
here we go.
Are you kidding me?
All right. Okay. The
Turkish is
the
discriminating against the
Mediterranean
seas.
is not the Mediterranean is not counted as an ocean. So it's the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. 4. Oh, and the most countries, including the U.S., now recognize the southern Antarctic as a 5th ocean.
No, I didn't
you go.
know.
We learned something new. That's pretty cool. So now,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
oh, you know what's neat about
have-
the Antarctic Sea?
Or
The
cold.
the Southern Sea. There's something called ice fish there.
Ice fish.
Ice fish have clear blood because
Oh.
their blood is basically antifreeze, and
I
they
think
don't
I've heard
have
of that.
they don't have red blood cells.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That's
Epic
also
That's pretty cool.
terrifying in a sense.
Imagine just
Yeah,
like
that's just
imagine being a small. Okay, first off, these guys swim extremely slowly, so it's not like they're
Run, not-
predator. Yeah, they're like they don't have
They're like a turtle, but
fins.
without legs.
Yeah.
Turtle with fins.
Anyway.
What will it do?
Hey, Eric,
Yeah.
I hate to bring up old freaking questions, but
No.
or old topics? Did you mention the Black Sea?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that one counts because that's connected. It's connected through
No.
a couple of things.
When I looked it up, when I looked up like the official recognized seas, Mediterranean and Black Sea were not on there, or oceans
Why?
rather. Because I don't know. I think it's like the differences in water and water currents or whatever. So it's the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic, and then the southern Antarctic.
Oh,
is
you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is?
What?
Wasn't like the Gibraltar like blown up or dug in, so then they had a connection between the Mediterranean and the
Maybe. Yeah.
Atlantic.
Yeah. That sounds
Eh,
about right.
oh man,
Something like that.
they're annoying. How dare they freaking dig a goddamn? Sorry, I'm joking. I'm completely joking. Continue. I apologize.
So
You were talking about something else.
yeah, we were talking about Antarctic ice fish.
Yeah, the antifreeze fish.
Yeah, the antifreeze blood. I just found them. I just find them so unique.
You know, there's
ice fish.
frogs that do the same thing. They hibernate. They completely freeze over in the winter, and then when the warmer season comes, they totally thaw out. Their heartbeat starts. Oh my god, I'm gonna.
What aren't there native frogs around here that do that?
I'm not sure, but I know
tree
one
frogs
thing.
over here do that, don't they? Or
Fascinating connection between that and humans.
Yeah.
Humans have the ability to do the same thing. If your body
Really?
gets below a certain temperature, when you get hypothermic, your body, your heartbeat will stop going, and all brain activity will basically stop. But it can be regained. Your body does it on purpose to protect itself. So
Huh.
what they do now in some cases of things like brain surgeries,
Mhm.
like I heard a story of a guy who I think had I think it was brain surgery to remove a tumor on his brain.
Okay.
And the way they did it is they basically cooled down the blood in his body to be like, I think they dropped it to like maybe 40 degrees Fahrenheit or something, like something
Okay.
ridiculously cold. And the guy literally was basically he would have been clinically dead.
Yeah.
But they were then able to reheat, like, cool him down.
Yeah.
He felt nothing, no pain, didn't hurt his brain, and then they got him restarted up again and running.
The thing I hate about this is I'm gonna ask you this question because this kind of like creeps me out. But didn't they? So don't they have to take the blood out of the body through a tubing system to cool it down and then re-enter it? And then they use they don't use an actual pump. They use a mechanical pump because they don't want suction.
They do something. I don't know much about that, but
the mechanical pump basically it creates suction, but it doesn't create any air pockets while sucking. It's like this thing that pushes the blood along as if you. So imagine like you have a tube of water, right? And you push your thumb up against it. It kind of does that.
well, it's like when you're in a pool. I mean, in my eyes, what I'm picturing in your case, it's like when you're in a pool and you use your hand and you just go like just underneath the water and you push the water forward, and then you keep on doing that. So you're having constant flow of water behind your hand at the same time, but you're also continuing to move the water forward.
Yeah. So it's like that, which it's so weird to have your blood leave your body and then re-enter. It's just
to me, it's even weirder when they have like machines that are controlling your breathing and they're keeping you alive because of a machine because your brain isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, what about that? What about the idea that your brain is being turned off? But the thing is there was a lead. The reason I even bring this up in the first place, there was a lead.
Wait, they kept him breathing?
Yeah, they did the whole thing.
Oh, that's it.
Well, but yeah, I mean, he otherwise would have been clinically dead. I mean,
That's
they needed to keep him. They needed to keep oxygen in his blood.
Yeah.
But the thing is he Well, the thing is, the reason that this was first found out was because there was a lady who was skiing in, I think, Switzerland or Norway or Finland or one of those
Somewhere
Scandinavian
with the
countries.
Alps.
Yeah, somewhere in the Scandinavia. And she was skiing, and then there was like a little hump that then went down, and there was like a crevice that went down underneath water. And she went and she slid down and fell, and then her head went underneath the water, and she was stuck. And so she would have drowned because it took them like an hour to get her out and unstuck and out from underneath the water. But her body temperature dropped so much that basically her heart stopped and her brain activity stopped. But it was basically, it happened quick enough to stop her from breathing and not have her inhale water. Um, and she was then able to then be, when emergency services came, they were able to, at a hospital, get her back up and alive again. But the problem that this makes is that now there's like, well, now when it comes to medicine and medical treatment, we don't really know what is dead or what is alive anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the time they would have.
that brings up a very good question. Is how do we know what is dead or what's not? Like at first it was you would fog up a mirror, right? So they'd take a mirror and put it against your face, and if you fogged it
Yeah,
up,
basically, if you
you were
weren't
alive.
breathing, you were dead.
So that was the actual test, is if you fogged up a mirror.
And that is a long, long time
Yeah.
ago they would do
So
that.
then what they would do is they would bury you and they would put a little string into the casket underground, and then attached to that string was a bell that would hang like on a nearby tree or on a post or something.
So then, God forbid you
and
weren't
if you
dead.
were alive, you would pull the string to ring it, and that's where the term dead ringer comes from.
I did
that's
not know
cool.
that. That's
Yeah.
fascinating.
That's where dead ringer comes from. And
That's horrible but fascinating.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much, is that medical treatment is so weird and so bizarre, and again, like it's one of those things that like people, I feel like, again, I mean, I know for myself especially, tends to forget about it until you really need it. So then at times, I went on a spree probably, like, I mean, now a couple weeks ago, where I was just looking things up and learning about the human body, and it is so bizarre.
Yeah.
So it's a fascinating thing to go into investigate.
I think we're gonna move on for now.
Yeah, please. I want to give everybody else time.
But we'll talk about this more next podcast. Maybe we'll have a specific medicine based podcast next time.
Maybe it should just be you two.
So Tony,
sorry,
you study art.
Dude.
You study art.
Yes.
We talked about this last podcast, right? And we talked about how art and how artists need to separate from their work. But I want to get another perspective for art. How about the logical side of art?
The logical side of art?
The logical side of art.
I actually think there's a lot of logic in terms of typography.
Okay.
Because there's, I want to say it's a base set of rules, but there's a lot of things you can do that go outside of the logic that kind of form a piece's own sort of logic, you know?
Can I ask you, what is typography or typography?
Typography is, for lack of a better term, it is the study of words and letters and how they interact with a user or interact with a certain piece. I guess if I were to look up the definition right now, which I'm going to see how accurate I am. Typography.
Make sure you don't look up topography.
Yeah, I know.
That's something different.
What?
I just made a stupid joke.
Yep. Yeah, I know what that is. It's a way to use text as a visual to convey a brand message. This design element is important for graphic designers, not only to build personality, convey a message, but also grab the viewer's attention, build a hierarchy, brand recognition, harmony, and establish value and tone of a brand. That's what it means in a marketing sense.
Okay. I have an interesting fact, and I want your thoughts on it.
Sure.
I got this. It kind of makes sense. I don't know if the source was super reliable, but this has to do with the psychology of how people view font, right? And what this person said is, if you're struggling to write a paper, put it in Comic Sans and just write anything. because Comic Sans will make you not think about it seriously, but will get all of your thoughts out. So you are less worried about conjunction, and spelling, and proper grammar, but you still get all your thoughts out.
Yeah, I can completely understand that, because there's certain fonts that will convey more of a professional type, or there's certain fonts that will be like, oh, this is a game font, or
Mm-hmm.
there's certain fonts for certain settings that you want to have.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Is it something in our psychology, like in our natural psychology, that says, oh, that font is goofy versus this font is serious, or are we just simply taught
Comic
that?
Sans.
I mean, we can be taught that, but I personally feel like it's like, I think it's in our psychology, honestly. Because
Okay.
let's be real. When you see like, the Wingdings font, that's not really a font, but
That's
like
not a font.
say it
Comic
was
Sans.
okay, not Comic Sans. Hold on, let me pull this
Did
up
you
real
know
quick.
Comic Sans is actually easier to read if you're dyslexic?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You're a wealth of random facts.
I am.
Did you know a banana glows under a black light?
I do. I did know that.
Yeah, because don't they give
Ah.
off like slight amounts of radiation?
Well, so
Probably.
do humans.
Well, yeah, I mean that's not surprising.
Hey guys, time to go to Chernobyl.
Did you know that?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Did you know that women are stripy?
Oh my god.
Oh
What?
no.
Okay.
Anywho.
Wait. Do you want to actually know what this means or not?
A little
Yes.
bit, yeah, but I'm scared.
Okay. So it has to do with So it has to do with the way embryos form in pregnancy. But basically, men will put off a uniform light because of the way the embryo formed. But since that's because we're X and Y chromosomes, right? So we have this uniform mix. But since women are X and X, they basically have like these layers of this person's gene, that person's gene, this person's gene, that person's gene, and they become stripy. They give off different light radiation or whatever it is.
Wow.
They're not light radiation. They're genetically stripy.
Hey Eric, check DMs.
Or something like, yeah, I know. Just look up in YouTube. Look up on YouTube. Women are stripy. A video will probably come up. It should show like a women's shoulder, and it's like green stripes or something. And that's the video I watched for this wealth of interesting, useless knowledge.
Very interesting.
And very useless. Anyway, back to the
But
psychology of
good to
certain
know.
fonts.
Okay, so if you were to take a look at I guess more so of a cursive font rather than Times New Roman. What does it make you feel? What does it make you think of? I know this is sort of what we're trained as, but our psyche is trained to think of these things because we've seen them and we've been in those environments, Much like we've been raised in a certain thing. We've been raised to recognize how certain fonts are like. So take the cursive one and like compare it to Times New Roman. How do they make how do they make I'm having a stroke. How do they make you feel?
I'm going to quickly say one thing and then I'll answer a question. The video is "Why Women Are Stripy" by Veretasium.
Veritasium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Veritasium.
Veritasium.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fantastic.
so
content.
cursive versus Times New Roman. I
Yeah,
think I'm a bad example here because I both think proper fonts. And the reason why I do is because I was taught that when you're handwriting something, cursive is the proper font, and then Times New Roman is the proper font when you're typing something.
Okay.
But
So-
even nowadays, people are saying, sorry, you could go. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
I was just going to say that nowadays, even people are thinking Times New Roman is too old fashioned, so you should use something new.
Calibrate.
Like, if you're
Like
making like a
Arial.
resume,
Arial.
yeah, like you should do something a little more modern and not so traditional. Which I think
Okay.
is, personally,
Actually,
is what it is.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you. Do you mind if I give a visual
ahead.
example? All right. Ignore what
Your
I
map's
have.
not gonna die, right?
No. That's only when I'm playing unturned. Let's get a background for this. Just white. We're not really designing anything. We're just showcasing font. Okay. So, I'm just gonna type out something. Let me get the copy pasta.
What is that? Ipsum? Something
Nope,
Ipsum?
not that one. I'm getting the other one.
What's the Ipsum one? Oh, quick. What's the full one?
Let me just format this real quick. It won't take long.
The quick brown fox. Just make the canvas.
I can do it easier. So we'll just do it like this. Shoop. And then we will copy that, and then we will drag it down. Okay, so we're gonna keep this as, oh, this is Google Sense. We'll just put it to, we'll just do Arial, right? Standard font. Then we will bring up, oh no, let's go to this one.
Courier New. I love,
Courier New.
Yeah, you have a lot of
It's a lot of fonts. Yep.
Courier New is my favorite. Or one of my favorite.
Okay, so I want you guys to look at these. How do they make you feel? What do they make you think of? What setting? What
The
environment?
bottom
do
one
these-
looks
do
like
these
a
fonts have?
coffee shop, like restaurant, like title, like the name of like the sign of a coffee shop.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the top one reminds me of a Google Docs that I have to do projects with people. And then the bottom one reminds me of like code.
Okay, so what if we added another one in the mix?
That reminds me of like a chic store or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, like fancy
Yeah.
shopping place,
Yeah.
like you're at a mall and you're at like a
Yeah.
fancy like clothing store.
Okay. This one.
Like Broadway.
Hippies.
Well, I think.
Yeah.
I see hippies
Guys.
too, but I say like Broadway or like
Yes,
weed
Ryan?
shop maybe.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I feel like I'm about to pass out, and I do have to get up early tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna head off.
All right.
That's not
All right,
problem.
man.
So, everyone on stream,
Wait. What
good
are you?
night.
Wait. Before you run,
Yeah,
what are
what-
you studying? At least share it.
Communications. We already had this discussion.
Yeah, he's studying broadcasting.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
And sound design. So,
All right.
peace.
Peace.
Yeah, Ryan. Good night.
All right. There's that.
Okay. So we have hippies, all the other stuff. Let's do this one.
Latin.
Latin.
Forget
Why?
Latin.
Why?
language?
Why Latin?
It's
Why Latin specifically?
it's like it's close enough to a certain font that I've seen used in Latin before, but
So it
it's
reminds
not the
you-
right font.
Was this font seen in like a textbook, or was it on like an advertisement?
It was like a textbook.
Did you
Okay.
study Latin?
Yeah, I studied.
Me too. I did not do well at it though.
Oh,
It's
I
definitely like it's kind of like that, like the text you see on like old Roman buildings
Yeah.
and stuff.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm
Okay.
really interested in what you think.
I actually
This is
thoroughly
kinda
enjoy
fun.
this. Oh, by the way, if you're listening to the podcast right now, and if you haven't noticed for the past few minutes, we've been doing a visual thing.
Oh,
Oh, there's a visual.
Yeah, this is visual.
This is very visual.
Oh, that reminds me of like a handwritten letter.
Mhm.
see, I get like I mean, again, this is a reference not a lot of people won't probably know, but you guys probably will. Like Peddler's Village, kind of.
Yes,
like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. You know what? Yeah, Peddler's Village. Yeah.
dude,
Okay.
there you go. I'm
Let's-
happy that we all agreed with me on that one.
All right, Eric, this is easy one. This one's easy for you. How about this one?
Are you sure about that? Are you sure this reminds me of old Mac? This reminds me of like when Mac still had the rainbow apple.
Okay, so this font's bringing you back to a certain point in time.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? What about anyone else? in here?
Me, I kind of get what's it, I kind of get like a kids book cover kind of vibes. I don't know why. Like kids like novel vibes for some reason.
So I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna put some more fonts up, but I think this is
I'll
a
let
pretty
you do-
clear example. Huh?
I'll let you finish, or I'll let you do this until you feel like you're done, because I am actually thoroughly enjoying.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is a lot.
I mean, I can keep going.
Can
Just
I
saying.
ask one question though? I want to give you the same question that I gave to Dom, which is that why do you like what made you decide that you wanted to start like what that you wanted to study like what you
I
studied?
heard my name. What?
No, I was just mentioning that I had asked you this
Lord of
question
the
before and I'm
Rings.
asking it to him. That what
Uh,
makes you decide that you wanted to study this?
Honestly, I'm gonna
the
be for
what
real.
happened?
Huh? Oh wait, Dom, you're doing this font thing.
What?
No,
What were
Dom,
you
you're
saying?
just Tony, what were you saying?
Okay. So honestly, I took this as an elective, mainly because I thought it would be pretty cool. I think I don't even know why I took this elective. Probably just because I thought it was cool. But I got it in the class. I ended up starting making memes, experimented with Photoshop. Then I kind of started getting into it because I ended up making merchandise and posters and stuff. Uh, did some projects like that. Got into the second part of the class, which was junior year, and I was doing. I think I was doing. Hold on, how many electives can I have in there? So I had. Sorry, I got to do math on it real quick. So I had English, math, science, and then STEM, gym, not gym, lunch period, resource, and then there were two more. So I had photography and graphic design in that year as well. Um, so I ended up going to or doing more graphic design stuff, and that's when I had my my Surface Pro, and I
Mm.
really started getting into making my own stuff. And once I actually like got Affinity Designer, which is the program I'm using now, I didn't look back. I fell in love with it. I use it for basically all of my work.
Nice.
Um, and I eventually realized, hey, I love designing things for people, and I make a little bit of money on the side, right? I like making people happy. I like making visuals that look nice, and yeah, I mean, I went from there.
So
Um,
do you want this to kind of like develop into a like future career for you?
why do you think I'm going to art school?
I mean, yeah, I mean that makes sense, yeah.
Anyway, back to what you were saying. You said this is a perfect example of what?
This is a perfect example of how our brains have been trained to react to certain fonts. It reminds people of something different, uh, and and when they've seen them in different environments, like for I think it was this one. This was seen in Latin or handwriting, but I think one of these was some of these were seen in you said Peddler's Village, and
Yeah, that
someone said
was the
something
one
else.
that
The
you
handwriting,
said.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
handwriting one was Peddler's Village.
and they both made you guys think of different things, which means our minds were trained to recognize these fonts in a different spot, and it recalls a certain memory in our mind. You know?
So the one that you just brought up, the one above the thing that you're typing now, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I
I
can see
don't
that.
know. It is very medieval though, like the beginning. Oh, that one might be more, but
Benjamin
like it's like the
Franklin's
beginning
book.
of a book. Oh, I was
Really?
gonna say like the beginning of a book when they're like once upon a time. I think that's like the one above that one you just put is like the once
Oh,
upon a time font.
oh
This one.
yeah. No, I can see
Yeah.
that. The one that you
Honestly,
just put, Benjamin Franklin's book, or any old uh
American
handmade type
history.
font, like an
Yeah.
actual like handmade type font
Or it's like
where they had to
any like almost
stamp it.
I know.
any signature from
You
like
know,
the
Eric, people still do letterpress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making sure you knew that.
No. But it doesn't look the same nowadays.
No, I mean people find newer whatchamacallit. People find all these old type stamps from like back in the day, and they use them
Yeah, but
in
you
all
don't
these
mass
mediums.
produce with them anymore.
You don't mass produce, but you can still use them. I wasn't saying
know you can
mass-produce.
still use them. That's like telling me,
Eric, I wasn't getting at mass producing. Just saying.
Look, man, look, we can read with candlelight, but we use light bulbs.
Exactly.
Also, I don't know why this is set like this. But honestly, you know what this one makes me think of?
Hmm.
Makes me think of an Italian restaurant menu.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like the name of an Italian restaurant, like Papa's.
Well,
I don't know.
Papa's.
Yeah.
Wait, you know, okay, I'm gonna tell you 3 words in Italian. Papa, papa, and pappa.
Oh no.
What do they mean?
No
Bruh.
idea. I mean,
Oh.
Papa must be dad, right?
Okay. Papa is father. Papa is the Pope. The emphasis on the first P. And then
Yeah.
Papa is baby food.
What's
Papa. It's P-A-P-P-A.
No, but I know, but I said, what's as in the emphasis is on the A rather than
I
the
don't
P.
think there is. Papa.
Yes.
He just made that at this point.
Pa.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that one you just put down? That reminds
you
me of
mean the
Latin
one-
heavily.
You mean this one? Oh wait, that one.
No, that one.
Oh,
yeah.
that one, but
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
like the stuff that was on our
Yeah, that's like
books.
on like
It makes me think of Game of Thrones a little bit.
like ancient Greece, you know?
No, that's the stuff they put on our books to make it look like ancient Greece.
Yeah, it's like the.
Who are you? I am from ancient Greece.
I just
is-
had that thought.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
if this is
I'm
more
not
of
the
a
only one.
test of how easily we fall into stereotypes, or
What?
where what we
This?
see on fonts.
Oh.
No, this is like our experiences with seeing these fonts in the wild. So this one, okay, this one's gonna be a bit odd, but let's do. I want to see what you think of this one.
Bruh.
Oh, dude, that's like rugged. That's like, that's
that's
we're
literally
going on a bike
Suicide
race in the
Squad.
middle of the mud.
That's literally Suicide Squad.
See, I haven't seen Suicide.
I haven't
Suicide?
either, but I've seen.
I've not seen that either.
But my first
and slide.
gut reaction was, wow, that brings me back to like 2001. Or not 2001, I was born in 2001.
Yeah, I
No,
was
it
gonna
brings
say,
me
that's
back
wild,
to
man.
like
That
the
really brings me back.
2000s when like all these like brick face rap videos were coming out.
Oh god. Well, yeah, it's like that, like rugged, like bad guy, like we're rebelling.
You know, it's
Against the
the stuff
world, or-
that's the exact font they put on police blockers in Philly.
I was gonna say, what else does it remind you of?
Well,
That
the other
is the
thing to
police.
me
Yeah,
is-
that's the Philadelphia police
Well, it's
blocker.
also,
It's
like,
like
that, like,
road
that, like,
blocked.
dirt bike races or something. Like I've never even been to a dirt bike race, but like that's just what I imagine.
Do I have any more that's like good?
The thing that I love about this is that it does show you when it comes to like advertising and like, you know, sales tactics, just how much the font matters in
Yeah.
order to get, like, you know, persuade your.
It sets a tone, and it sets it sets it sets a tone for the brand. Like
Yeah.
I literally defined it earlier.
Yeah, I
as
know
this
you
thing
did.
started.
Yeah.
And I also
They're
love how
just-
we're on this entire tangent just because Eric asked about typography.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it is fascinating. I'm
Are
currently
you out of
fascinated.
fonts?
no.
Yeah, I was
can-
gonna
can
Use
name more.
impact.
Don't use that.
You got to use impact.
Oh my god.
This reminds me.
Or
You know what
favor.
this reminds me of? This reminds me of that one font Impact.
Oh my god. This reminds me of elementary
Man.
school. Doing
Oh,
like any paper, any
let me-
title of a paper.
Literally,
let me
whenever I
do-
see Impact, whenever I see
oh.
Impact, all I see is the little impact. Like all I can see in my head is whenever you hover on the thing, whenever you hover on a font, it has it in its font and it says the font's name. That's all I see. All I
Now,
see
hold
in
on.
my head is Impact.
Okay, hold on. I need to look it up. I need to look it up real quick.
What?
You need to download impact font for Photoshop. I don't know if that's what it is you're using.
I want you guys to really think hard where you've seen this font that I just put up.
We're here.
Because when it hit me like a shit ton of bricks. At least I
I
think
have no idea.
Hold on. This might be the wrong one. I think it was either this one on. Okay. Tell me where you've seen this font.
Like Charlie Brown, maybe. I don't know why I saw like Charlie Brown. I think I just read the word Brown and got Charlie Brown.
But there's a specific thing that this font has been on. Oop. Why is this? Oh, that's just.
Dude, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta just tell.
I have not.
And-
GameStop.
No, actually, maybe.
GameStonk.
I don't know what their font is, but when I realized what this font was on, I shit myself as a graphic designer.
Really?
Yeah.
What's
like
it from?
Okay, you guys ready to be?
We're giving
amazed?
up, yeah.
Hold on, let me pull the image.
Oh.
Yeah, I was never gonna get there.
Yeah,
Dude,
me neither.
I don't know why.
I don't drink vitamin water.
But
I do, but
you guys see how this is like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it
that's
almost
actually
looks
really.
more like what's it called? It almost looks more like the one above.
It looks like more like Impact, but yeah.
Impact.
Yeah, it's funny because it does look like Impact, but it's not Impact. It's actually kind of crazy how close these fonts are together.
What font
Like,
did
what-
I think
like,
of that would be really good?
Did you like
Hold on.
stretch that one out?
Oh
a
wait.
little bit?
I got a font for you guys.
Wait, dude, it's basically just that.
It
If I
is.
just condense the tracking
Yeah.
and then
Raise it up or down, like stretch it up or down a little bit. Yeah.
what?
You've
Why
got
is it so
Impact.
close?
Because, dude, they have to fight. Dude, it's because I guarantee you, there's somebody's name attached to it, and they're like, "I want to make money. I want to
Yeah.
sell my font."
But here's the funny thing. This is under Helvetica. Helvetica can go like this.
Yeah. And
Oh,
and-
whatever.
These are
Bold,
these are
hold
all
on,
under
hold on.
the
Bold
Helvetica new
Helvetica.
family.
Bold Helvetica. And make it wide. And stretch it up. And then stretch it up.
Up.
Yeah.
God, now I see memes.
There you go. Now it's
I'm just-
Impact.
I just thought of wide Putin when we were talking about that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Man.
I
got any
have
more?
text. I have text that you don't have.
Well, here's what I want to know. I want to know, do you now, like, when you look at, like, signs and stuff, do you just see fonts now that you've spent so much time messing around with fonts and
Dude,
stuff?
honestly, the vitamin water was the first time it happened to me.
But now, are you going to continue to look for fonts around places?
Dude, it's going to become habit. It's going to become ingrained in my
Dude,
memory.
you're never going to be able to look at a sign
unironically
again.
using Impact.
Like, I can be happy about it right now because it means I can recognize fonts. A lot of my professors can do this, but I'm pretty sure like eventually I'm going to get sick of it.
Dude, you're gonna. It's like my mom, right? She's an English major.
Hold on,
She
I'm
can't
gonna-
like read fiction anymore without over analyzing it.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Look, I'm gonna
where
show
have you
another
seen
stream.
this font before?
Wait, I'm loading into your stream. Oh, that's like. Oh, I know exactly what that's from. I know exactly.
Harry Potter.
No.
No,
It looks very
like
similar.
the Grinch before, Christmas. The
Wait, why is
Nightmare
it-
Before Christmas, maybe.
Actually, yeah.
I'm getting
I'm
Nightmare Before
gonna
Christmas.
type it out. One letter at a
Oh.
time.
Aladdin. It seems, yeah. Huh?
Like
Alice in Wonderland.
Wait, but what about what's
Willy
it called?
Wonka and the
Wait,
Chocolate
Yeah,
Factory?
it's
Wait,
Alice
that
in
totally.
Wonderland.
You know what? That totally looks like James and the Giant Peach.
It does. Or big best friend giant or whatever that new one is called.
Oh, the BFG.
Yeah, BFG. That's it.
Now,
BFG division.
hold on, let me try.
I can't because you guys are gonna see all of the fonts before I choose.
Yeah, we are seeing all of the fonts. As
So
you showed me.
look away. Look away.
Oh my god!
No.
Can't you just? Can't you like? I don't know.
I'm gonna pull up some of my work so I can, I guess, give you a little bit more visual.
What do you
some of the
think
stuff I do.
about when I do this one?
Oh my god.
I hate you so much right now.
Driving.
Disgust.
No, I
Wait,
think of that
is that
freaking. I think of that
second-
town mat.
Wait, is that second thing? Oh no, is that an
The
O
town
or
mat.
Hold on,
dot?
hold on, hold on. Let me make it a different color so you guys understand what it is.
Dude, it is so
It's
weird.
not.
Every
It
time
is
you, like,
not a
click to the
road.
top
It is
bar.
not a road.
Teletubby?
Are those dots? Oh, those are the spaces from the paragraph symbol. That thing's so annoying. I didn't realize
Generic
it cuts
gift
the
card
line
number
out.
3.
This is it's stitching, but I guess that was not.
Oh.
It looks like when
Oh,
they're
wait.
training you how to write, and they put like the dotted line in between, so you can
Oh
write G's
yeah.
by going below the line and whatever.
What about this?
Mm.
That's.
Oh, it's like a
whatever.
witch.
I sense fantasy.
Called Beyond Wonderland.
Uh,
Interesting.
Where do they come up with these names from?
you know what's weird? I guess my deeper roots of graphic design go back to me messing around with Microsoft Pages, wanting to write a book, and then being like, oh yeah, I actually can't do this. But I just made the page really pretty.
Just write a
And
book
then
instead.
I mean, I wanted to mess with the page. I would always be the kid who messed around in the PowerPoint with the visual.
I mean, that was the best part in like elementary school of making PowerPoints was just the customization.
Yeah, and I
So many
freaking loved it.
animations.
Let me see if I can find. Oh,
What
is
about
there
this
anything
one?
Press start. What's that press start one?
Mario or like
This is
player
press
one
start.
stuff?
Jesus.
Press start's a good font.
I love that they still customize the paragraph symbol. That's so good.
I love this one.
What the hell? That's so weird. What is it called?
Called
Oh.
Coal Sands Virgin.
Ah,
What?
that works.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding.
Huh? Huh?
Watch out, guys. I think I'm banned for life. Oh,
He's
no.
gonna get banned. Oh
I'm
no.
gonna get banned. I
Goodbye,
said
Twitch
the
partner.
word.
No more
I just
Twitch partner.
I just realized that Twitch saw none of that. What I just did. They
Alright.
just
Oh,
heard
that's
us
so
yelling.
true. They haven't seen anything.
I just okay. So
No,
I
no,
pulled
no.
up some of the
They've
stuff.
seen Tony's.
Okay.
Okay, so I pulled up some of the stuff I designed.
Oh, cool.
Like the logo doesn't matter. This is for Inktober. It's not really actually being used for anything. But would you say the font matches well with the sort of the kind of logo?
Yep. Yeah, I think so. I think you
Is
might
it-
want to put the sticks in the. I think you might want to put the words back and have the
No.
sticks be forward.
Because then the words are obstructed.
I think people would probably come to conclusions.
I
The
mean,
bottoms of those probably need to be a
So
bit thicker.
I would.
I'm not an
okay.
expert. I'm not an expert, so
So you see
Well-
the little tabs on the end of each part of the letters?
yeah.
Yeah, toss those out.
These.
No. So
Wait,
it's the
wait,
font.
whoa, what the? No, hold on. What the heck?
The outline.
Why is there a gradient on this? No, wait. Why is there a gradient on this?
Okay.
I love this. This is
Anyway.
hilarious.
Anyway, yeah. Anyways,
So it's the font. So I would choose the same level of blockiness in the font, just not with the little lines sticking out. Oh.
lines. You mean like these?
No. I like the outline. Okay. How do I describe?
No, I know.
Kittle.
You're talking about these little T things.
Yeah.
That comes with the font.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said the font.
Oh.
It's just copperplate.
That's the literal only thing I would change. It's just. I mean, I like it.
It
I think
works
it's pretty
It works
perfect.
for what it works with what it needs to be. Anyhow, this one.
I love this.
That, I
that's
want to
cool.
hang that on my wall.
I do want to hang that on my wall.
Can I hang it on my wall, please?
You'd have to buy it from me.
How much?
How much?
It's a logo. I could get a different background. That's business stuff. Ask me after the podcast. But I use 2 different fonts here to kind of like, create a sense of intensity. So Riptide, that's something that's powerful. It's something that's gonna freaking knock your socks off, right?
Yeah.
But you have a nice relaxing font at the end. Vacation Resort in cursive. You're going to relax, but you're also going to have a lot of fun because Riptide is punching you in the face with that font,
That's pretty cool. I actually really like that.
Thank you.
It's
this
also
was done
so-
in
Okay,
It's
I got a
so
question
simple.
for you.
Sure.
How mad would you be if I just, because I know this is in gallery, if I just right clicked and used it as my background on my computer?
For this?
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't really care.
Okay.
I had someone like, okay, my friend.
What if I load it into a PNG, or what if I load it onto a disk plate?
Dude, that'd be freaking cool, actually.
Would you
Dude, I
want
want a
that?
display.
Would you want that?
I'd want that, but you'd have to buy the art from me so I can make some
Damn.
money too.
Okay,
I mean,
so like,
that's
so
pretty
okay,
cool.
so like,
$5.
okay. I was asking if you wanted it for a gift, and then you're like, no, you're gonna buy it from me.
Oh, okay. You know what? Okay, if you want to do a display gift for me, then sure. I'm 100% down. I would have to change the background though, because
Okay.
I am not a fan of the background. However, some of the more recent stuff I've done, this during the podcast, because I had to do it for my assignment. I'm going on a tangent, but I love design. This
Don't
was
worry,
kind of.
the other person I was gonna talk with us left, so it's fine.
Oh, that's
What?
true.
Yeah.
So
The only
This
person
was-
left is me, I guess.
Oh, that's true. We need to get to you, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
And
first.
also,
Yeah.
it's not like we've like, and it's like, it's not like we never go on tangents.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's
We
the
literally
exact-
talk about ice fish, dude.
We-
Let's be
we-
real.
When did this
We've
happen?
become what we sought to destroy.
That's not true.
Sort of.
Everything was basically a smooth transition.
It was
Yeah.
in moderation too.
Yeah. I
Alright,
say it's
fair
pretty
enough.
moderate.
But this is more so created after my week. I guess.
Please
I'll
let me
pull up the
rest.
file. Yeah. It
I
was
like you still
I
have
like
the
the
X in
random
the corner.
triangle.
I like the
Mhm.
X in the corner.
a little bit more aesthetic. I wanted to do something with the way the layering works with this, but honestly, I think just having it like this, just all over the place, is kind of nice. Who the heck pinged me? Ryan, why did you ping me? Aren't you supposed to be sleeping right
Yeah,
now?
Ryan's supposed to. He left just to ping Donnie, dude.
But then again, let's be real. We all say we're gonna go to bed, then we stay up till like 1 in the morning.
That's not true.
Alright,
Sometimes
you
I
guys
pass
do
out.
That is,
When I go to bed, I go play golf.
what was I gonna pull up? I was gonna pull up the cluster F. That was my project. I'll just pull up the spread instead of like the actual thing. Where was it? Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh. Okay, Eric. How long do you want this to go?
How about like 5 more minutes?
I kind of figured you'd say that. Okay, I'll be quick. Recently we did. I created this thing not too long ago. Missing fonts.
I'm putting that on a display. That's going on a.
Please put it on a display. I mean,
That's
so
going on a
Please.
display.
That would be lit.
Wait, what is
What?
it?
Okay, first off, what does the Japanese mean? Did you Google translate this?
Yes.
Oh no,
Wait,
it
can I-
has random like watashis in it all over
It
the
doesn't
place.
matter. It looks
I-
stupid.
I need to know
It
what
looks
is a
cool.
disc plate. I feel
disc
very
plate?
out of the loop.
Okay, so a disc plate
Not
is a
sponsored, by the
metallic.
way.
Not sponsored. A disc plate is a metallic plate, right? And what you do is you put a magnet on your wall, like with adhesive.
Got it. I know what this
and then,
is.
and
I
then
know
you
what this
put
is.
the metal plate on.
Wait,
I know
So you
what
can
Eric,
just
you're doing.
easily switch out your posters. It's
Eric.
really cool.
Got it.
Dude,
Got
your chroma key is screwing with the poster.
What do you mean? Oh, it is. Hold on, let me fix my chroma key.
Dude, I gotta see that now.
Switching. No.
Wait,
There's
how is your thing affecting that poster?
Because
the stream.
on stream.
Got it.
Filters.
And by the way, this work was actually received really well by my professor. even though I was like kind of unsure on the
I
thing I was gonna do.
really enjoy this. Oh, by the way, the chroma key's off now.
That is
Nice.
so cool looking.
I really want one this on my wall.
How much would it cost to just get that? Like for like a
To
poster
buy it
or
from me?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like gonna sell your
Uh,
design, but
Yeah,
like,
we're
you
not
know.
selling your design.
Oh,
We're just
oh,
No.
oh, no! I understand you're
Yeah.
not selling it. I'll talk about that off the podcast. But
No, we
I'll
want to
give you
know.
$5.
We want to know. Want to know?
Yeah.
all right. For this,
No. For a standard design, how much does it cost?
it depends on what you're having me
Okay.
design.
I want to
Okay,
know about
okay.
this one. I want to know
Okay,
about this
then
one.
this one. This one. How much would this one be?
So for a normal poster or like a piece of art, right? I do cheap for right now. Basically because I'm not well established as an artist yet.
Okay.
You might think my art says otherwise sometimes, but I am a college kid at heart, and I don't want to be taking too much of other people's money. Um, I was going to say earlier that my friend decided to pay for. Shoot, I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. Decided to pay for this
That's
on
pretty cool.
while I was streaming for $40. By the way, it's hanging up on my wall right now. So I'd say for this, probably 40 or so.
Yeah, that's pretty
Is
cool.
is that
Pretty
is that
good.
too much?
No.
I don't-
That's perfectly fine. In fact, I'd probably
What?
pay 50 for it. Honestly, if I'm being honest.
This
I
is
could see
like
myself paying money.
an artist's. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, y'all are making me too happy.
Like, okay, so here's the difference between paying. By the way, guys, if you see this like in a store and it's like $10, like that type of deal, that's because they're mass producing it and they're making like what?
Well, it's also they've got
Yeah.
like a million people who do like a teeny bit of it, and then they
Yeah.
pull the whole thing together. So they get it done. They make a new design in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, basically.
But the
I
thing is
mean-
look, here's the thing. I personally, I will not be able to buy it because, like, again, for me, like every penny is like a goddamn blessing.
Yeah.
But I think that's amazing, and I really, I absolutely think your price is fair.
Yeah. I think your price is fair too.
I think, yeah, I mean, again, if this is your beginner and your beginnings, there's no way that you're not going to be a successful artist.
Yeah.
Because this is insane.
You're gonna be successful, Tony.
Because the thing is, it is so creative of how you did that. Like it almost like it literally does like tell a story in a way too.
Okay.
Um,
So what's funny is
big.
this text down here.
Yeah.
I wrote it in English first and then I translated it. Do you want me to? Holy crap!
please, what does it say?
My stream delay is so bad. Holy crap! I spun the poster 30 seconds ago and it's just playing now.
Yeah.
Man.
No, I got
Jesus.
about the same. I'm at the
Yeah, it's the
text.
same for
One
me.
second, I need to pull it up.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to know what these things say.
Okay, so most of this poster was made through an exploration of me doing a bunch of research, going on Pinterest, just kind of going down like a YouTube rabbit hole of design, right? So what we ended up doing for the thing was we took from our previous design what we thought of it, but we had to find what we thought of it in like paragraphs and text somewhere. So we did that, and we did something with our partners where we would end up isolating words through making art, and it would come down to 10 words. Keep in mind, the topic of this is speculative design, but we're speculating on a word. So
Okay. So you chose a
left it-
different language.
no. So I left my word up to RNG. I let someone else pick. They picked 4, not 7, Eric.
Always pick 7. If Tony asks you to pick a number 1 through 10, pick 7, and
Why?
watch him freak out.
But
I'm curious.
But basically, what happened was, I did speculative design on the word speculative, which actually turned out to be very interesting because speculative was the reason why the Great Depression happened. It causes risk and opportunity. But then I also looked into speculative architecture, and then certain kinds of sculpture and form, and then that ended up leading into infographics, which is why it has some kind of data. It has a data like feel. Um, and anyways, the where was the text? Poster statement. There it is. So you'll have to forgive me. I am going to curse because there is a curse in here. Content warning
Hey,
for all you.
just bleep it.
Just bleep
Yeah,
it.
just
Just
like yeah,
bleep it.
manually bleep
Yeah.
it.
The mission to Mars is a delicate one. Many lives will be changed if it succeeds. However, if it fails, how will humanity escape its own destructive fate? We must be vigilant. We must not let this planet become a mirror image of the hell Hearth the hell the hellhole we call Earth. I know hell's allowed, right? I assume.
Hell's allowed, yeah.
Yeah, but
If it's in the Bible, it's allowed.
so this is mainly reflecting on what we've done to our planet already and how we're just kind of screwing it up with all these things, and we're trying to see if we can move to a different planet. Not necessarily move, but at least get a base to see if we actually can years down in the future.
Did
And hopefully by the time we do, we won't be like screwed on Earth.
did I tell you about the Mars theory?
No.
That Mars was once inhabited but suffered a nuclear war.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I love that theory. I
That
think
is
it's so cool.
such a what's it called? It's such a conspiracy theory kind of thing.
Yeah,
There's so
Yeah.
many conspiracies.
But I will say that one thing on this poster though is that would like on this like thing it would make a great poster for like an environmental justice
yeah.
like rally. Like I'm like you should seriously save that and then like put that up for sale because I guarantee you I can find like a bunch of people who would buy that.
Same.
Like my environmental professor would probably buy that in a heartbeat. Because that's just so cool.
It is. It is really cool.
Because like it tells a story.
Sad
Like
part is
in
I
words.
can't one up this. I can't after that like I can't just be like, all right, we're gonna talk about big data. We're not. I can't do that after this.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to. There is no one upping. It's just you have a. I will say that, man. You have a gift with this art stuff.
You guys
I really wish I followed art.
you made my freaking heart jump and move
Dude,
around in my body like I never thought was possible. You guys are nuts.
man, but it is a dude. But like, I'm so serious when I tell you, you have an absolute gift when it comes to this stuff. Because again, like freaking, you went from one word, right? God, I'm brain escaping me. What was the one word you picked again?
Speculative.
Speculative.
Speculative. Freaking, you went from speculative to this.
But what's funny is I did the one thing that I shouldn't have.
What?
I thought of the design before it was finished. That's my
Why?
flaw on this. Because
Why
Okay,
shouldn't you
because
do that?
it's a process thing. But my thing is I did a bunch of research, process research. Now, if I were to change my screen, which I'm going to real quick, I'm just gonna share
wait,
this
did
one.
you say it's a process thing? Yeah, we're talking about art.
This entirely was a process thing.
Hold on.
Misky, hello. Okay.
Hold on. Let me ask you something. Is this process thing like
It was all research.
no. Was it for the specific project? So when
It
you do a
was
speculative piece, you need to not do any thought.
this we went into specifically speculative design.
The speculative design is not thinking ahead.
We were okay. It was based on a book, more so. Well, not the design wasn't based on a book, but our way of thinking for this project was based on a book or at least a chapter of the book we had
Wait,
to read.
did you do this with somebody else?
No, this is all me. Well, I guess technically, with isolating the words, yes, but everything else, the research, the poster itself, all me.
Did your whole class use the same book to make
We
post
didn't.
like
We all read the
design?
same. We all read the same thing, but each of our process and our thought path was different.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
pretty crazy.
Uh, like here, I'll show you. Sorry if I'm going over the 5-minute mark.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
really I really want to talk.
Dude,
about
this is worth it. You're good, in my opinion.
We ended up going into we ended up looking at I ended up looking at this kind of speculative design with architecture, even though these are sketches. I looked around, seeing how buildings interact with graphic design.
Oh, I love that building. That building's in New York. It's like this freaking it's this triangle building that looks super thin from one angle.
And it's been there for forever.
And even this is why I was like, okay, there's definitely architecture within
Happy
design,
Saturday,
right?
by the way.
Oh, wait, it's Dan's birthday.
What?
Happy
Dan's
birthday to you.
Copyrighted.
DMCA FU DMCA. I can't say the next lyrics. Happy birthday to Dan. Yay!
Woo!
Yay!
I will say,
Dan, I hope you see this. Chat, if you're there, clip
wait,
this and then
Dan's
send
21.
it. Yeah, Dan can legally drink now.
Woo!
No, he's sick right now. Don't.
I know, woo. But
Oh
woo!
wait, did he? Wait, he hit 21.
He
This
hit
is
21 tonight. Yeah.
He's now 21.
Man. Man, freaking
So-
shots for everybody.
Yeah. Shots for
Dude,
Romulus. Let's go.
I only- oh, yes, dude. Romulus is his snake, by the way.
Yeah,
I was
Romulus.
Taking legitimate shots.
Okay, Misky.
Eric,
Alright,
you have
I
a
get
hun-
you are the chat,
Eric,
but listen.
do you mind if I ping everyone real quick?
Sure. Wait. Oh, you already did it. Yeah,
Oh,
Misky,
yeah,
you are the chat at this
no.
point. Usually we don't run this late.
Yeah, we used to. We used to run
used to.
past this time.
Yeah, we used to
I'm
run
still
up
in
until
the. I'm
12:30.
still actually in the stream. I have myself sitting there on my iPad. That was not on purpose, but I looked over and realized it was still up.
So
but-
lonely here? Well, Misky, we're talking to you actively.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Oh my God, Ryan's still up.
Oh, Ian's here. Look at that.
There you
Hey.
go.
Anyway,
But
speculative architect.
I kind of
No,
took
man.
some inspiration with this. It's minimalist.
I
Hmm.
wish I wish I was making art again, but I'm
Dude,
too
then do it.
scared to do it.
What? Why are you scared?
No, because I'm gonna suck, and then I'm gonna realize that I've
Eric.
lost so many years of practice. Because I
Man,
used to be
dude,
so
no one
good.
gets good. Dude,
No,
one
I
gets
used to be
good.
so good, and then I just
Eric.
quit.
Okay, I was gonna say I have a flash drive. Do you want to see my old art?
No.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I kind of want to move on.
Alright,
Not to
fair
be rude.
Oh no! I completely understand. Don't worry. We went on for 30 minutes on this topic.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So
Cool.
now we get to talk about the great world of computer science. I
Yeet.
go tic tac tac, things don't work. I go tic tac tac, things do work. The end. All right. No,
Wow.
no. Actually, so right now I'm working on databases, or I'm learning how to manage databases, which is pretty interesting because, what ended up happening, or sorry. Stroke, yeah. My brain just sparked. So I was reading this, or my teacher was or my professor rather was teaching us in one of her lectures, and she says, so in the I think it was like 70s maybe. There's this guy. He created entity or the relationship model, right? Which is how things are structured in the back end of computers. And this was years of research. And do you know what this guy came up with? And it was the most simple solution to the problem of storing mass amounts of data.
What was it?
A table. In code. He made a table in code.
Really?
Wait,
that-
it's like an array.
No. He okay. He made it so that the relationships between things were listed as if it was a table with columns and rows instead of just pure masses of data. And then along came entity relationship diagram, which is how we put things into a diagram on like before we start coding. So basically, we have these boxes called entities, right? And each entity has a list of attributes. And the attributes are things that that entity has. So, Tony, you are a customer, and a customer has a customer ID, and the customer ID is going to be called the primary key. And a primary key is a unique, personalized number, right? And then underneath that, you have a name. You have your first name, your last name, your address, and the order number, right? So those are the attributes that this thing has, and it removed this idea of the relationship diagram or relationship. What was it? Oh, you stopped streaming. This idea of the relationship. That. What did I say?
Table.
Something.
Table.
Yeah, it's something with the table. This idea of the table basically removed this hierarchical relationship. So things don't have parents anymore. And things don't have children anymore. So basically what happens is things can be related to each other without needing to climb up and down a tree, from what I understand. Which is really cool. Was really, really interesting. Because if you think about how you do a binary search tree or how you search a tree, you go down one side at a time, right? Which takes a while. But what if you didn't do that? What if you just everything was connected to each other in a net? Then you don't need to go up and down a tree. You can take different paths to it. That's the revelation, right? Or that's the idea that I got from the lecture, which I may be incorrect about. I'm also that's just databases, but there's also Computer Science 3, which I finished last semester, which talked about the logic. I actually have my textbook here. I can bring up some stuff that I learned last semester. So basically, we learned a bunch of logic stuff and messing with numbers. One of my favorite things that I learned last semester was a deck, and the other thing was a binary search tree.
DECU.
Oh no, not DECU. Okay, so I actually learned. My teacher finally corrected me last semester, and so did one of my friends. They told me it's not called a DECU. It's called a deck because DQ is a command and it's spelled differently. So a deck is DEQUE and DQ is DEQUEUE. God. But it basically what a DQ is, or not DQ, what a deck is, it's a combination of a stack and a queue. And a queue, if you think about it, what does a British person call a queue?
Eh?
No, that's what a line is, like at the grocery store, right? So the first person in is the first person out, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how queues work. And a stack, if you put a bunch of stuff on the stack, what's the rule?
Oh god, I'm thinking. When you said the stack, I immediately went to Magic the Gathering, and oh my god, that stack is completely different than this stack. whatever happens has to go first, right?
Last in, first out.
Okay.
So you have a queue, which is first in, first out, and then you have a stack, which is last in, first out.
Yeah, that's what happens in Magic. Last in, first out.
Yeah. So basically, a deck is the combination of those two. So if you imagine it like a pipe, right? A stack is you're putting the tennis balls in with the pipe covered on one side and then grabbing them out again. A queue is shoving them in, right?
Well, I don't think we should be talking about grabbing and shoving in tennis.
So a pipe is shoving the tennis balls through the pipe onto the other side, and then a deck is you take two pipes and you tape them together and you call it one pipe, and so you can put it through on one side and take it in on out. Or I'm just kidding. It's basically a pipe where you can put it through on one side and then take it out on the other side, or also take it out on the side that you put it in, right? Which is what a deck is, which is very interesting, and it has uses. It has lots of uses, right? It's this like advanced structure of like being able to manipulate data in programming. Sad part is I haven't used it yet because I haven't coded any my own applications really. I've only been doing a lot of theoretical stuff, which I love. I love the theoretical logic behind everything and how things function in this world. But the nuances or like how they work within a application or a program, I have not been able to get my hands on yet. You guys got any questions for me?
Yeah, same question I've asked everybody else, which is, what
Why did I get into
initially
computer
kind of
science?
got you to, what's your driving force?
So freshman year, I was really into art. I took intro to art, and I was doing lots of art stuff. My entire life, I've been into video games. Keep that in mind. And at first, I was like, oh, I want to be like a designer or whatever. I want to be an artist, right? And then I go into graphic design, and I start working with computers a lot more, and I realize that maybe working with computers on the video game side of things would be more fun for me. So then the next semester comes around, or the next year comes around, and I decided to pick up a computer science course.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked it. I found it super fun. So then I took computer science too. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just run with it. People are saying I'm all right at this. I'm not bad. I'm not super, I'm not Fang. I'm not Fang yet, but maybe I will be at some point if I keep studying. But it's something that I've always enjoyed. And basically the main motivation is I wanted to create video games for other people, because when I was little, video games were always there for me to like use as like an escapism tool, kind of. Which is
what kind of games do you want to make? Do you want to make like story-based games? Do you want to make like art? Do you want to make like art piece kind of games? Like there's games like Journey that are more like art pieces than anything.
I think
like the visual novels.
I
think you'd love doing those.
I think I'd love to make visual novels. Not like dating sim visual novels, but like actual visual novels with a very good story.
Journey is such a good example.
Sakura Fox Spirit.
I've played this game called Juniper's Not on stream before, and I want to play it again on stream again, because it is such a deep game. You don't have any choices. It's basically just a kinetic novel. But basically there's this boy. I'm going to sum up the story, and then I'm going to stream it later and then ask why no one's watching as I summed up the story here. But
wait, maybe don't sum up the story here. Maybe just leave it. Maybe just be like, look, this is a really great game. It's gonna be streamed one time. We'll see it on stream.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe I will just leave it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch your we'll all watch your stream and then we'll get an idea of what your game is.
All right. Sounds good.
Cause I'm now quite interested.
So
And
I may stream it this week actually because I have free time because
ooh,
it's
very
spring break.
cool.
So
Hell yeah. Party.
there's only 2 characters in the game, and I need
Hmm.
someone to voice act the other character. Kelly,
Hey,
if you're available, I need a girl voice actor. Tony's over here like, hey, yo, what's up?
just have a girl. Just have a girl with a deep voice. No,
Deep
Eric should
voice.
just fucking Eric.
deep
I mean,
voice.
Eric should just freaking narrate the girl character then.
I mean, I could just narrate the entire thing. I could just put he said, she said in front of their lines.
He said she said
Anyway,
Oh my god.
um,
That sounds really fascinating. The fact that there's only 2 characters in the entire game is
yeah,
pretty unbelievable.
and it's spells a real. I mean, other characters are mentioned, but in the present time of the game, there's only 2 characters.
Look, man, there's never been a bigger time for indie games than like the past like 2 years.
That's true.
I mean, like you look at things like E3 and all that. It's like all indie games.
Maybe I'll get around to coding something this weekend, or not this weekend, this week, to see if I still have the ability to love what I make.
And yeah, the other thing is again, like there's no like rush to like pull something out. At least
Yeah.
not now. It's like if I were you, I would just kind of like I don't know.
You know what I really badly want to make, and I think you'll enjoy this. I want to make an app that I would have to do local storage because I simply don't have databases to store everyone's data.
Yeah.
But I want to make an app that is basically a snake and reptile or an exotic care app for your pet. So you can. I know they exist already, but I want to make one nevertheless. And basically, what I was gonna do with it is I was gonna put, because I do pixel art on the side, right? I was gonna put little animated sprites of your pet that like shows what's currently going on with your pet.
What I think would be kind of cool is, in like from like a game design kind of point, you could also make like in-app simulations of like caring for the things,
Yeah.
so then people can get experience and be like, can I manage taking care of this animal? Well, then they can simulate taking care of the animal through their screen, and then see, do I have the time to do this? Do I have like, can I afford the resources necessary? And can I recognize the signs when like it's feeding time and all that kind of stuff?
I think
That I think could be a cool idea.
so. I'm gonna go off on a tangent right here.
Yep.
It's alright. Again, well, we never go off on tangents,
Tarantulas.
so this was weird.
Tarantulas are so hard to understand, right? Like you can't look at them. Like you can look at a snake and be like, or I can look at Romulus and be like, your pupils are dilating. You want food. And by dilating, I don't mean
That's
like differently, but their eyes widen. They're like, where is the food?
Well, that's the thing I'll say is before you and I apologize for interrupting your tangent, but like the thing is that about snakes is that snakes don't and snakes and tarantulas don't vocalize anything.
Yeah.
So like what happens with snakes is that the more you spend time with your individual snake, you learn that snake's quirks
Yeah.
and weird things and weird twitches it has and how it normally acts and when it's acting weird, what that looks like, and you start to notice these things. I think that's probably the same thing with tarantulas, but
Yeah.
like initially on instinct, you're not going to notice anything.
Yeah. To be fair, one of my tarantulas is a new baby basically, or it's a juvenile, but it feels like a baby to me because I have only cared for juveniles, so I've only seen them as that, like when they're small. I've never cared for a sling, and nor do I want to. Slings are maybe one day in the future, but slings are very difficult to take care of. From what I've
What
heard.
are they? Is that like a kind of tarantula?
No, slings are actual baby tarantulas, like the size of your fingertip.
Oh,
like very tiny.
I've
little
seen
thing.
pages of people who have like jumping spiders as pets, and I'm like,
Oh, I
you
take
guys
care of a
see
jumping
that?
spider.
You have one?
No. I said I would. I think they're
Oh, you
adorable.
would?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cute, but to me, it's like they're so hard to see. You're never gonna see it.
No, there's big species of them.
Oh, well, the one I saw was really tiny.
And by bigger, I mean like they're still like the size of the end of your thumb,
Yeah.
maybe. But like,
I
guess
like.
we'll see.
Aren't they the ones that also do like the weird butt dance where like they wave their abdomen?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
they
air
wave
and
their
they-
hands in the air and do the
yeah,
butt
dude,
dance. I'm pretty sure,
It's
isn't that their threat position and humans just laugh at it?
actually
Fear me, my butt is big. No,
no.
it's
I think it's a mating display.
No. I'm talking about when
it's
they put
for-
their front. Usually, when a spider put their front legs up and starts waving it around, it's a threat position.
Yeah, but I don't think.
But we think
I
it's a
don't think
dance.
this is. I think it's for mating. I mean,
Really?
I might be wrong. I mean, again,
There's-
I'm not
Oh
an
no.
expert. But...
There is
I
a
know
specific,
how spiders mate.
Uh,
So
NSFW?
no. So basically, the male really just hopes that the female's not hungry, and then they put their arms up against each other. They basically go into threat position against each other, and then the male uses his forceps to grab, because the males make this thing called, they have sperm, obviously, but they make sperm webbing, right? And then they
Wait.
put it inside the female underneath her abdomen,
using like a arm
using
kind of
their
appendage.
forcep.
Hamstring!
Using their forcep, which is like the things that they have. It's the little tiny arms that are around their claws. It's not, or
It's
not their
really
claws.
bizarre.
It's not their fangs, but it's the little tiny arms next to their fangs. And they grab it and they put. I don't know if it's the sperm webbing, but they put their sperm into the female using their arm.
Yeah, it's basically like, it's like you do it on your hand and then just like rub it on a person. That's what it would be kind of like.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, yeah, it's yeah, pretty
Very
weird.
interesting.
But I thought it was like to like attract a female, they would do like the weird
don't know,
dance. 'Cause it's all
most-
flashy and colorful, and usually that's like a
Yeah.
hey, I'm pretty hot.
To be fair, that species is a more visual hunter, so there is a chance that they have a visual sign.
Mm,
So, because if you notice, they have these really huge eyes,
yeah.
would mean that they're a visual
In
hunter.
proportion to their body, they're
Hey.
huge.
I don't want to be rude.
Yeah,
but-
we're going on 12:30. I know.
Hell yeah.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
Holy cow.
I say we send it to 12:30.
I think we should. We
Yeah,
have we
like the
have
good old days.
yeah, sure, I'm fine with that. We only have 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, coding. um, I always really liked video games. I thought becoming a video game dev was very fun, but I have made almost zero progression towards being that. I've only learned computer science, which sounds weird, but I mean, like, I haven't worked on any personal projects besides not this last winter, but the one before it. I put a challenge against myself. You know what this challenge was?
I don't. Share with me.
It was to make a working Pokédex, like an actual database of Pokemon with a scrolling feature and like all of their Pokédex entries and their typings.
Golly. Oh my god.
In 3 days.
Oh my god.
Boy,
so-
what the heck?
So I didn't do all of them, but I did the original 151, and I got it working.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And I have the special. So not only did I do that, but I was able to do a search feature and a filter feature that worked properly. And then I was able to do this thing where if you clicked on the portrait of the Pokemon, it would pop out in a different window, and you could scroll to another Pokemon and click on that one, and it would pop up in a different window, so you could
to
compare the
compare.
two right next to each other.
Dude, goddamn.
Yeah. I really love that project. I'm really proud of that project. Oh,
Dude, that's sick.
I also implemented another feature where you can look at their animated sprites and then their original red and blue sprites. So yeah,
Wow. Well done. Gold star.
it
Yeah, man.
was
Seriously, you should do some more stuff like that.
yeah,
Like test yourself. Like really try and like hone your skills, man.
yeah.
And plus, the more of these
I
things
just
you make,
I
yeah.
feel bad doing it because I don't do it legitimately. I use like stuff like Visual Studio or the Forms version
Dude,
of Visual Studio.
dude,
Like it's still coding, but it's
dude,
Visual Studio is fun. I use
dude.
I use that in C Sharp and stuff.
no.
To
I mean,
call something the legitimate way of doing something is like not a thing anymore. Like you can do things however they need to get done. I mean, as long as you're not like stealing from somebody, you're
That's what I was
fine.
gonna say.
well,
Because if
okay, there's a problem because
think
technically I
about it.
did steal all the data that I implemented into the code.
Okay, but still, like
Trying to find justification.
you're not really stealing it because you're not getting one. It's not for financial gain, but beyond that, it's like it's your project doesn't exist without their information.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah.
but the other thing is it's you have the ability to make really interesting games. Like even now, like, I bet you with whatever amount of knowledge you've gotten from computer science and
You know
all
what? You're
that,
right. I could sit down this week and probably make a visual because
and
I
not
know
even just
I
that.
know how
No,
to work RenP.
and dude, every single thing you make becomes an example of what you can do.
That's true.
So then, like one day when someone goes like, "Hey Eric, I need a guy who can like, do you know anyone who can do like graphic design, and, like maybe make like, a game or something for this thing?" You could be like, "Yeah, man, look at all the, and these are all the things I've done. So if this is, I can do all this stuff. So like if this is around something that you need or something that you would want someone to make, I can kind of format it for you." And
Yeah.
then you have examples of what your services can be. And you said, "Yeah, I mean, I can figure other stuff out too. Just whatever you need, I could probably do it."
Yeah.
But that's examples of it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to like kind of interrupt, but you talked about graphic design. Miski asked something
Yeah.
if he could if
How
we had
do
a
I
place
show
to
off
start.
my art? Hashtag gallery
Yeah.
in Hestia.
Oh no, I know. He already spammed the crap out of it.
Oh.
And I think you should take a look at it because we're talking about game design and stuff like that. You should go look at it.
Let's see. These are like icons.
Yes,
Yes.
I feel they're all.
They're really nice.
I know.
Okay, I like them. And yes, they would be video game assets. Like almost every single one of them would be a video game asset.
And that's why I really like about them.
Thing
I don't
is,
know why I like the
I really like the pixel style.
Dude, they could be like noted like if you like
Yeah.
marked something, like that's sick. Well done.
They really are sick. Whiskey, good job. By the way, if you want to join the server, code's on the screen. Link's below. Or it's below in Twitch, not
Hey
on.
Eric, you can put back you can put your chroma key back on.
Yeah, you know what? I just don't feel like it though.
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
Also, if you look in chat right now, there's a playlist. We add songs every week.
Let me see if mine's back in here. Ah, yes. 10,000 Horses. I don't know why I like that song so much.
So, yeah, I mean, I really enjoy. Oh, Miski's here. Miski. Okay, Miski. I can't. Hold on.
Do we even have time for this though? That's
We
my
don't.
question.
We don't have time for this because we're literally about to end in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man. Okay.
I mean, I'm down the bool after the podcast.
Yeah. After the podcast, yeah. So I really enjoy coding. I want to make a video game, and I'm not lazy. I'm just. It's Tony. You're about to feel this super hard. It's
Oh,
the
I
feel.
know.
It's the feeling of a blank canvas. That's what it is because
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
And this is why you research. Also,
No,
I think I just destroyed
it's
my
not
area.
even research. The thing about coding is you can research all you want. You can learn all the things you want, but once you have all that knowledge, you still don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You're still sitting there stuck, not knowing what program should I be using or what IDE is the best for the project that I want to make. Or
And this is why you do research on that, and then you go from like a start, and then It's like
That's why I'm
you
doing
try
Ren'Py, by the
try
way.
flow map.
Yeah, like if you don't know what program to use, then in my eyes, I would just
Dude,
use one and be like, okay,
Python-
until it doesn't
Well,
work,
I
then stop.
Python's
like
apparently really good for game design.
what is?
Python.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I'm
And
not talking
I-
about languages. I'm gonna use
Oh.
whatever language I feel like, and I'm probably gonna use Python, which is a version of Python called Ren'Py. You're probably aware of this, are you?
I actually don't know about it, but
Or
continue.
Ren'Py. Ren'Py is
Ren'Py, no.
yeah, Ren'Py. Yeah.
You got a minute, by the way.
So basically, it's the thing that made Doki Doki Literature Club. So that if I'm gonna make a visual novel, I'm gonna use Ren'Py. If I'm gonna make a side scroller thing, maybe Unity. I don't know, C++ and Unity. Thing is, there are no really. I don't know if there's really any good 2D game development softwares besides like RPG Maker, which is no coding at all, which I hate.
Well, like, what are the people at what are like the guys who make oh god, like Hollow Knight? Like, what do they use? Because that's like a 2D side scroller.
Okay, so usually a lot of like AAA studios or even
Well, like they're not even like a AAA.
even indie studios
Uh-huh.
may just make their own game engine like from scratch, which I don't know how to do. Like I don't know how to make my own game engine. I'll admit that. I don't understand the inner workings. Like you have to start. I think you need
From
to know
scratch.
I think you need to know like assembly and stuff like that, which I don't
Well,
know. Assembly.
you'll learn that eventually, I'm sure.
It's not on my path. That's stuff that I actually have to go out the way to learn assembly.
Yeah.
Stuff. But yeah,
Well,
I would.
I mean-
I would go out on my way to learn assembly.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's where things get cool because that's when your world opens up. That's when your limitations kind of go away.
What?
It's like with guitar. Once you learn the scales, you can just glide along.
Yeah, you could just do it and put them in whatever order you want.
I almost dropped my keyboard.
That's not good.
One thing that I've realized, I'm in a combination course. I don't know how else to describe it, but basically I'm in a course that combine or a lot of different people go to, like IT, hardware, computer science right now. I'm in comparative operating
An
systems.
interdisciplinary course.
So
Is that the term you're looking for?
I don't know. So basically I just realized, okay, first, a lot of the people in that course are for IT and hardware. I'm the only person in that course that is a computer science major.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe there's one other or two others, but basically, it's a rarity. And then I get to talking with these guys, and they're like, why do we have to do this coding stuff? This is I don't want to do this. And I'm like, what do you mean? I love coding. Like coding is so fun. It's like you are quite literally creating the rules of existence for the thing that you are making. It's like, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting there and telling it, you are going to work this way. And then if you tell it to work this way incorrectly, that's your fault. Like, everything's on you. Like, you were working with a perfect logic machine. You have to tell it perfect logic. There is nothing else you can tell it. Like, and that's what's interesting to me.
There's a joke to be had there, but I should save it for after stream.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here.
Yeah, I think you're.
I think I'm gonna keep talking about this because I'm getting into that area of tiredness that makes me want to ramble.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I am going to end it here, guys. Say your final goodbyes, or not final goodbyes, but your goodbyes.
Oh, what are we gonna? Are you gonna kill us? Are we...
Mr. Bond, say your last words.
Oh my god. Alright, well, bon voyage.
Thank you so much for being here. Sorry that we went so late, but we're invested in this stuff, and I hope you
everyone
guys
get to
are too.
bed. For everyone to go to sleep.
Yeah, get some freaking sleep, and if you're in the Discord, wish Dan a happy birthday, or I will come for your kneecaps.
Oh my.
Happy birthday, Dan.
All right. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, If you like, dislike. If you disliked, and remember, you will always have a home right here at the Hearth. See you in the next episode. Bye.